As I suspected, 32 flavors.
Try the sauce. I'm soaked in it.
Oh, I could lick you all day long.
No, I don't hate Balboa, but I pity the fool, and I will destroy any man who tries to take what I got.
What? How's everyone doing tonight? It is the 49th episode of Toxic Tuesday and some movie called Team America World Police, where they had some song with America, fuck yeah. Guys, you are all here early. I love it. Thank you all for being here early. I'm going to acknowledge the few human beings that are already here. Tina Bojan, Chris Me, D-Bud Martin, Bush McFadden, Brian Barth, Vince Womack, Daz Wolfen, Phantom Outsider, Gareth Morgan, Vince Womack, the lovely Sherry. How you doing, Sherry? Nice guys. Coming in long, hard, and strong for the Dicks Division, Dr. Dragon. Hello, Captain Fandom Nerd. What's up, guys? Thank you all for being here right away for this very toxic edition of the fuck Comics Division for $5 right away. Thank you, Comics. Says, what the F am I doing here? Fucking hang out with the dicks, dude. My dick, your dick, 70s' dick, Richard's dick, Brahma's dick, Manflu dick, Vidge dick. We got a whole lot of dicks here tonight. Well, thank you for the $5, sir, Comics. I know your backstage there. Long, hard, and strong, great. Hank VP, how you doing? Shawnee Step, Just Joe 47. All right, guys, let's bring in our panelists here. All right, and his first time ever on Toxic Tuesday in the history of ever. Well, he needs no introduction. And he's not even speaking. Maybe he left me.
I didn't realize I was going to be first. Oh, God. I'm sitting here doing a super chat reply to Comics. I'm like, what do I do? I am so glad to be here. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. Saw it in theater, and I've had the time, like a fine, stinky cheese, to age and see this film in a different light. So I'm very anxious to get in here and talk with this wonderful panel. Maybe not so much the 70s dick. That might be a little too smeggy for me. But hey, I'm here for you, Nick. And I'll take whatever I have to the face.
The pleasure in so many ways is all mine. So thank you, Toxic Man Flu, for coming on. We're going to get huge in here tonight. All right, chat? Remember, I want a bunch of huge in the chat. Huge for the panel. Huge for Team America. Huge in general. Hello, Mrs. Flu. How you doing? Deleted
Hi,
scenes.
baby.
What's up? All right, let's bring in our other boys here. He is the red shirt. How you doing? Just another red shirt.
I am doing great tonight, and this ought to be epic. This is a hell of a film. I loved watching it. It is, I will admit, I was a virgin on this one. This is the first time I have ever seen this movie. So I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage. I haven't seen it 100 times like everybody else has.
No, that's good, man. You were the virgin, so you had a busted cherry for this one. So that's good.
I did. And I was howling from the first 2 minutes of this film and didn't stop. I was surprised at how much I laughed. I don't laugh out loud at a lot of comedies. Mm-hmm. Even the first time I see it, where I don't know the joke is coming, I don't often laugh out loud. I might chuckle. I'll definitely be grinning my ass off. Mm-hmm. This movie made me laugh out loud repeatedly. That is the mark of a great comedy, in my opinion. So I'm looking forward to this.
All right, killer, dude. All right, let's bring in another panel here. All right. Well, guys, you know him. And, well, you love his voice. And he's also taking over Mark D with the C's role tonight of being the producer of the show. He is that 70s rock fan.
Let me explain to you the kind of man Toxic is. He's a man who knows that when you put another man's cock in your mouth, you make a pact. A bond that cannot be broken. He's a man so dedicated that he will get down on his knees and put that cock right in your mouth.
America. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's right. If I've got to crawl through 5,000 glory holes to find 70s dick, I will.
I'm going to drill 2 holes in your dick so you piss in all different directions.
This is gonna be a good night.
It's
I'm so wrong.
All right, all 70s.
Good evening, everybody, and I'm honored to say I'm producing the show tonight, which means it's going to be a complete fucking disaster.
It's gonna be a fucking disaster in 100 different ways. But you know what? Shout out to the 70s for stepping up, and I'm thankful he's doing this. But guys, it's gonna be huge tonight. Let's bring in our other boys here. We got returning to the show, of course, another great regular here, guys. I don't know if he's Bad Time. I don't know if he's Kermit. I don't know if he's Shatner. I don't know if he's the Godfather. But whatever man he may be, he's this man.
Yeah.
America. 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 Fuck yeah. Coming to save the motherfucking day, yeah. Terrorist, your game is through. Now you have to answer to America. Fuck yeah.
How you doing,
That's right.
Tom?
I was hoping to make this. Hopefully I can hang around for a little bit.
Yeah,
Thank you for
dude.
having me.
Whatever you got, Tom. Whatever you got.
I want you to get on your knees for me, Gary.
If only Gary from Pop Culture Minefield was in of that new meeting. Oh man. Well, Tom, thank you for being here, sir. Like I said, whatever time I get, I'll gladly take. So let's bring in our other boys back here. No, welcoming. I think I had him on once, and he lurks. He's the superhero of YouTube, and he's not just a superhero, but he is a
Vigilante Wednesday here on another episode of Toxic Tuesday, and it may have been twice. It
I
may
think
have
this is
been
your
twice.
second time. Yeah,
I know I
this is your
did The
second time.
Rock.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
it's
think
The
was
Rock.
another one. I
Rock
feel
was the
it-
one.
Maybe it
How
wasn't.
could
Maybe
you
I'm
forget your first time?
well, it depends on how many times you have.
How many first times have you had?
I mean, I guess technically one, but you know what I mean? Sometimes you know, it depends. You know what? That's actually a good point. Sobriety, right? So if you've been following, hold on. If you've been following my like hiatus, 'cause I actually took a hiatus off YouTube and I'm coming back. So I haven't had weed in a while. So watching this like in the grips of sobriety, all the jokes didn't really hit as hard and as fast as they did. Like I had just watched it, not just. Shout out to Kai MFS. I don't think he's in the chat. I watched it online, like in a Discord with him, like last year, and I was crying laughing. But you know, sober me was just like, some of the jokes didn't land. But I found out, and this is something I just found out the other day. You can legally get THC gummies in Texas, and I didn't know that, and now I do. And so hopefully, as these gummies hit, sobriety will fade, and I'll be able to laugh at the jokes again. So that's the hope. But hey, I'm happy to be here. Happy that you had me. And
My pleasure, dude. Thanks for working with me with all the craziness.
yeah, it would have been cool to do it the 5th, you know, right after
Oh, I
America
know, right?
celebrates his birthdays, but it is what it is.
Oh yeah, we still celebrate anyway. So let's fucking roll. Thank you for coming on, sir. We're bringing our two boys here. We got the Brahma Bull. Hello.
What's up? I guess since everybody's telling a story about this movie, I'll tell one as well. In college, I was in a media class. It was like media and politics. And I got assigned like shock value, you know, shocking things and satire. So I played this in the class, and a good 3/4 of the class got up and walked out about 15 minutes in. So
Nothing of value was lost.
Really?
Nothing of value
yeah,
was lost.
it was great.
And those are the people you knew not to invite to parties.
Exactly.
Right. You say, get the fuck out of here.
It was the perfect movie at the perfect time for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It just came out. I think that was 05, so it had just come out on DVD. So
Yes, I love that. Well, Brahma, thank you for coming back, sir. Glad to have you.
happy to be here.
Yeah, we got a whole lot of dicks on this panel. But there's no other dick that's like this dick. And there's no dick that's like a lord like this one. Ladies and gentlemen, our dick's lord, Comics Division.
I'm just
Oh,
gonna let
comics is
Toxic
here?
Man Flu know that when I see him in Vegas, I'm slapping him in the face with a summer sausage.
Get
He
in
will
line,
like
buddy.
that, though. He will. He
Get in
likes
line.
that. He likes it.
You are my Spotsworth, comics. You are my Spotsworth.
How's everyone doing?
Good,
What's up,
man?
Lenny Williamson? It's been a while, man. How you doing?
I'm doing. Yeah, it has been a while.
I don't know. I just got moved out of the center square. That's how I'm doing.
What happened to that? What are you, Paul Lynn now? Jesus
Hey,
Christ.
Obi joined us. This is great.
But nah, no longer Paul Lynn.
That part still made me laugh when he shows up and they do the little whatever plastic surgery and then he pops up. I couldn't help but to laugh. That was fucking.
Oh, I know. All right, so before we dive in, 70s slide in. I'm gonna read these super chats as well. We got another few of them. So we got Toxic Man Flu for a $5 says, "Oh no, Brahma Bull, do not tell them you took one in the mouth in college. Too much information. Leave that for Toxic Man Flu. We already know, dude. He shares all his I was gonna say jizz with us, but his juice with us. All right. Eric K for $5 says, "Oh, hold up. Nope. Oh, I missed. It was Toxic Man Flu. Sorry, Tox. I gotta get that one.
That's all right. You can blame 70s. He's producing.
There we go. Because I booked you, comics. You need this to get into the Film Actors Guild. This and performing oral sex on Spotswood. What a name, Spotswood. Thank you for the $5.
Why would I want into the Film Actors Guild?
For the clout. You're chasing the clout.
Yeah.
You know, there was some
That's
unintentional
what I don't need to
humor.
chase.
Oh, there was some unintentional humor with Alec Baldwin being the head of the Film Actors Guild. He said something about being nonviolent. I'm like, man, that joke aged like fucking wine. I had no idea.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. Well, that was the joke at the time because he was known for punching out like fucking.
Oh yeah, he had just come off screaming at his daughter or something.
Screaming at his
and then he
little
called
piggy
his
of a
daughter a little pig.
Yeah,
and all that shit.
that's right. I do
He's a real
remember
piece
that.
of shit.
What was even funnier was Sean Penn wrote them a letter, and he basically in the letter said exactly what Sean Penn in the movie says. So it was like he clearly had, because the movie hadn't even come out yet. He was going off of the trailer, and it was like, yeah.
He was
They
like,
thought that
I've
was
been to
hilarious.
Iraq and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And they were like, that's exactly what we had you do in the movie.
That's exactly what he says in the movie.
Oh, damn.
And he didn't even send it to him directly. It was like a printed letter in like the Variety or some shit like that. I can't remember, but yeah.
It was through his PR firm by fax.
Yeah, it was all. Well, they did send him they did send them a copy of it. So they were like, oh, it was like a personal letter. And then the next day it was in like the trades and shit like that. So
This
like,
is
oh,
my
he sent it to the
favorite part,
trades
too.
too.
It's
By the
so
way-
meta with this, with the marionettes within the marionettes.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
the
yeah, that
first
was
thing
good.
they showed the executives, and that first shot where you have that crappy puppet and that bad matte painting, and one of the executives went, "Oh my God, they fucked us!" And then it pulls back, and you see
Then it
the real
panned.
marionette manipulating the toy marionette, and then this whole scene starts. And they made it in the beginning of the movie, but that was their joke on the executives. That was a practical joke.
That's great.
Yep.
Well, Paramount originally, like, they were like all about this movie just because they heard puppets. So they're like, okay, this is cheaper.
Yeah,
This is going to be
yeah.
fine. And then they actually got to work and like, oh crap, this is really, really hard to do.
Yeah, the boys
Yes.
thought it would be easy, and then they realized they'd gotten themselves into a lot more than they had planned on.
The streets
Yes.
in Paris here are made of croissants. The cobblestones are croissants.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I didn't know that.
I love about it too is how like every time they go to save the world, they just fucking wreck
Destroy
everything.
it.
Yeah, he's short
Well-
more of it.
I mean, that's so much commentary on what was going on during the time period too.
Well, I mean, it's
Originally-
a metaphor, right?
The original
Yeah.
plan was to do a movie with puppets, but they were going to just do Armageddon, word for word, scene for scene, shot for shot with puppets. And then that kind of morphed into this. And this is kind of loosely like inspired by obviously, you know, like Thunderbirds with the puppetry part.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
yeah.
more than slightly because of the aircraft.
Well, there's a little bit more to it. Have you guys
They
ever
do
seen the
the
movie Megaforce?
Oh yes.
No.
No.
Okay, the movie Megaforce heavily influenced this film. In fact, we know for a fact that they love the film because they actually start an episode off with the same prologue as Megaforce, and like they're like, wait a minute, this isn't our prologue. This is the prologue to Megaforce. It's like, okay, so what Megaforce is a movie starring Barry Bostwick from the early 80s that was supposed to be this huge franchise kickoff, and it ended up bombing big time. And it was from the producer. It was from the producer of The Godfather and The Longest Yard.
As a kid, I love that movie, and I would probably hate it now because of how retarded it was.
We need a sequel. Barry Bostwick is still with us. We need a sequel.
Well, they had planned on a sequel that never happened, but like the funny thing is it's basically the same kind of story as this. It's this elite American group that has all these gadgets and like Bond like vehicles and shit, and all that kind of stuff. And they're like a secret elite group, and they get fucking set up and all this stuff. And yeah, so clearly they were heavily influenced by that. But yeah,
I had completely forgotten about that movie.
I saw it recently again. It's really good.
Well, it's getting re-released in the U.S. here recently, is soon here, but it just got released overseas not too long ago. Yeah.
Well, and
Now,
the story
Brian,
goes.
Go ahead.
Oh,
I was gonna say real quick for Brian. They're making movies for Paramount Plus, unless they're not involved in those.
It's
They'll make another puppet movie again.
A puppet. Well, if you're talking puppet,
Oh, they
never,
they actually
never.
went on. They went on record after this saying they would never work with puppets
hard
again.
work.
Yeah, go for it, Brahma.
Well, as the story goes, though, basically every time they were stuck trying to figure out what the dialogue should be or what should happen next, they just asked each other, "What would Jerry Bruckheimer do?" And that's how they came up.
Well,
with
yeah.
the
You know
dialogue
what?
and
Influence,
scenes.
yes.
On that note, watching this movie, one thing that I realized is miniatures need to come back as a special effect because some of these action scenes are legitimately cool. Like,
Yeah, they actually are.
like some of the explosions of the miniatures, like, oh man, they need to get back to doing that. I know they want to CG
The attention
everything.
to detail in these is just tremendous. These sets.
I remember seeing this scene in the theater, laughing so hard because you just see them basically just wiggling their bodies, looking like they're humping each other. I remember seeing this because I didn't know it was gonna be like this. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a puppet movie. I remember I was in high school, and a friend of mine was working at the theater at the time. So he's like, I was just waiting for him to get off work. He's like, hey, you can go watch a movie while you're waiting. And I watched this, and I'm just laughing because I see it. And all of a sudden, the Durkas start happening. And I see everything start to get vandalized to absolute shit. You hear, Allah! I'm just like, well, this is already an awesome movie, and we're only like 10 minutes in.
I saw this in the Universal Studios in Florida on their on-site. I was staying on site with the wife and kids, and it was opened when we were there, so we went to see it. My son was 16, my daughter's 14. There was us four and 4 college students in the whole cinema, just 8 of us, and we pissed ourselves laughing. But they kept looking at us thinking, are these normies going to get this humor?
Well, the
because
funny
we all
thing
love
about it-
South Park, so we all loved it.
I saw this movie for the first time last year.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Really? Wow.
You and Red Shirt were virgins?
I just lost a little respect.
Like,
This came out when I worked in movie gallery,
had
so this is
respect.
this is something I've seen a million times. Holy shit!
Oh no, because I remember when it came out, I was like, this looks stupid. I was like,
He's heading for the Louvre.
Yes.
Goodbye,
yes,
Louvre.
it does look stupid.
so anyway,
Okay.
you know,
No one's
me
gonna dispute
being a bit
that.
of a movie snob at times, I was like,
It's the
this
most
movie-
expensive, stupid movie ever. Comics.
Well, it's and I end up fucking loving it. It's funny because like most things I see that I'm like, God, this looks stupid. I end up really liking, like Super Troopers. I saw the trailer for that. I was like, God, this looks stupid.
oh man, I
Yeah, I
saw
could
that
never get into
as
that
soon as
one.
I
Oh,
could.
good.
Really,
Oh, God,
I
the
love
movie's
Super
fucking funny,
Troopers.
though. It is
Love
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I didn't see it in
when they
theaters, but I saw
put
it
that-
on video.
Missile right down the pipe.
Yeah, well, if all they'd blown up was that damn glass pyramid in front of the Louvre, they'd have been.
I was just gonna
heroes.
say,
Fine.
yeah. They blow up the Louvre and the
Thank
fucking
you.
Eiffel Tower,
Oh, yes.
and
You're welcome.
shit. This is where Cobra got it from in GI Joe.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
probably.
Well, I'm pretty sure this preceded GI Joe. This was before that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're talking about
this
the
is-
It was
So-
2004, and this was
Yeah.
the whole. Of course, the inspiration was, you know, at that time after 2001 with 9/11, everything was like go
Cities getting destroyed.
well gung ho, you know, America, and this was
WMDs.
part of the whole between the WMDs and the shock and awe and all that kind of business that was going on.
Durka
at that time.
Durko, anything
Yeah.
ending in Anistan. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Jennifer Aniston. Fuck you. She did nothing to anyone. Man.
I like how almost all the white female character, they're all the same head and the same face, throughout that. And then there's
Easier
some
to
of them,
produce.
different colors of the
I was
skin tones and stuff.
Thinking that I want you to marry me. Oh. Allah!
And I love how just like stereotypical everything is, from the terrorists, the French, to the Americans. It's all just a bunch of freaking silly stereotypes.
Well, this movie made fun of everyone. It didn't matter if you were a right winger. It didn't matter if you were.
Oh, it's probably one of the most
or...
racist movies ever made, and it's fucking glorious.
There's a line in one of the characters talks about, I was so racist about Middle Easterns, and now I really know it was the gooks. I didn't realize he was a goddamn gook. I'll never be racist again.
Yeah, this is one of those films that you don't realize that it's teaching you a lesson of the absurdity of what was going on.
Oh yeah,
until after the jokes. Passed.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's this 2004. I was in New York when all that stuff happened that led through all this stuff, and they had done the Patriot Act and some other things that turned out to be very bad ideas. And the metaphor here is that the U.S. military, it's really good at making big war and breaking a lot of things.
Well, it's kind of in the title.
Good.
It's the world police thing. We were being accused of being the world police. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and we just weren't equipped for that kind of stuff from that standpoint. So the entire film, I look at it just makes sense.
Well, the other thing too is that after World War II, they wanted us to be the world police. So it's just funny how like years later they're like, "Why are you the world police?" It's because you fucking retards asked us to be.
And you asked for our money.
Yeah, power standing.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of already were without it being like advertised, right?
There wasn't anybody left, really. Everybody had been destroyed or was in serious amounts of debt to the United States with Lend-Lease.
Mm-hmm.
So,
or we were helping they're helping fund the fucking drug trade and everything and fund the drug wars. So like, it was all kind of,
What I'm hearing is that this is a serious political commentary, this movie.
Technically it is. I mean, especially in hindsight, like you guys were just saying, like at the time, I mean, they were kind of making fun of the gung-ho rah 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 USA shit.
Now,
but in hindsight, like you were just saying, it shows us. Yeah, I was say, is this the unrated cut or the R-rated cut? But I think it's the R cut because it's in high def. So yeah,
it's not monetized. So.
Well, I mean, that's a shout out to what Times Square was in the 80s and 90s.
Everybody's got AIDS.
AIDS. Your mother's
got AIDS.
Yeah, I had to explain to Mrs. Redshirt that this was a parody of a musical called Rent.
Rent. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Talk about a movie that was way past its time by the time that movie came out. Like it was like 10 years too late.
Yeah.
Well, Rent was like big for like the longest time. I remember like commercials all the time for Rent. It's like,
but the movie kind of flopped. That's my point. Is like they did the movie like too late. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Rent as a theatrical production kept the same original cast for a very long time.
Well, whichever ones didn't die off of AIDS, but anyway,
right. Whichever, right.
Well, is that why there's a joke about AIDS? Is because everyone
probably
for the original cast for Rent died of AIDS. That's hilarious. I mean,
no, that is kind of the point. I was being facetious in my joke. Yes,
but no, that was he's right. Yeah. So.
Rent is great. Oh, so Mrs. Fluicina. So Todd, have you seen Rent?
She has.
Oh, so only she has seen the Rent. You did not get the rental. And this is where Gary goes to get his life changed forever. Where he thinks he's got
I just love how they make him look like so sexy and like
perfect. He looks perfect. He looks like a perfect, perfect all-American. Like he looks like he would have been cast like the Rocketeer or something. He's got that 90s haircut where they have the halfway long hair like down to like your eyes.
Spotswood. This is like my favorite character, and I love his voice.
Top Gun actor.
Now suck my dick, Gary.
Jesus,
I want you to get on your knees for me.
Jesus, this is a nice limo. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Suck my cock.
So I'm going to put my finger up.
What are you willing to do for your country?
I get it. I'm supposed to get in your car and let you put your finger inside me. And if I go down and you, I get a movie part. Please, Gary, I'm not from Hollywood. I'm not going to fuck your mouth, and my time is extremely valuable.
I just love how that joke comes full circle.
Yes,
I know at the end. I love that bit. Yeah.
I just want to tell you something.
Not from Hollywood.
Please, Gary.
I'm not from Hollywood.
I'm gonna fuck your mouth.
I'm not going to fuck your mouth.
Now suck
Now suck my cock.
Just kidding.
Well, what's hilarious also about this movie is, as Trey and Matt will tell you, like their main goal with everything they do is to make fun of celebrities.
Oh God!
Like any chance they can.
Good.
And
Even
their
ones that weren't
friends.
their friends. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Even their friends. Because like Matt Damon, he's like, I don't get it. Because they're like my friends, and I've asked them about it, and they're like, it just happened to come out that way. Like just.
Yeah, he was supposed to be articulate and charming, and then
but the puppet come out
like a
looking
retard. So they're like,
retarded,
okay,
yeah.
we got to retard him down a little bit.
And both I think it was both Matt Damon and Alec Baldwin went on the record in interviews saying they would have been very offended if they hadn't been included in the movie, in spite of the way they were portrayed.
Baldwin, well, I think he wanted to do his own voice.
I was just going to say that. I think Alec Baldwin was like, I was just pissed they didn't ask me to come do my own voice.
Yeah.
And the response to that is we never have celebrities do voices. And that's the joke is even when they have had celebrities come on, they usually have them do like the dog.
Yeah.
Right.
George
Like
Clooney was like
George Clooney,
dog.
for instance. Yeah. And Mike Judge actually got to play the real voice of Kenny, but of course it's all pitched up. So you can't tell it's Mike Judge.
Yeah.
You know, but that was on purpose because that was paying homage to Beavis and Butthead that way. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Oh, that's a great.
Have you
That
seen
was
a
the
man
moment I
eat his
died.
own
Have
head?
you seen a man eat his
Then
own
you
head?
haven't seen everything.
My favorite is how
was
they
on the
treat Michael
floor.
Moore in this film. Oh my God.
Yes!
Oh God.
Oh, he was another one that was all
Why?
pissed off too.
Well,
Yeah.
but Michael Moore, one of the two filmmakers, was somehow involved in
Stone
Roger.
went to lived near Columbine.
Columbine, that's it.
Yeah. And he got interviewed for Bowling for Columbine.
And then there was an animated segment in the movie, I think.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he was pissed off that Michael Moore tried to make it look like Parker and Stone had done it.
Right.
But they hadn't. And they weren't credited or anything. But he tried to make it look like they had done it. So in order to get even with Michael Moore for that, they put him in this movie, and he probably gets the worst treatment of any of the celebrities.
Oh, he does, but it's kind of spot on though. I mean, the guy's a jackass, and
he is.
Yes,
he is.
You know what's funny about when we all seen this. We're just gonna go and spoilers, guys. For someone in the chat, if you someone haven't seen this, well, you might as well leave now.
$3.99. Go rent it on Amazon.
Yeah, go rent it on Amazon. But
It's worth buying the
when
Blu-ray.
they blew
for
up his
fuck's sake.
character, they stuffed him with ham before it was blown up.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
it was very
ham.
Not only that, I love how he's always got a fucking sandwich in his hand.
He's got sandwich or pizza or something.
Or pizza or something, yeah.
He's got,
Mustard stains
on
everywhere.
his shirt. Yeah.
There's no I in intelligence.
See, this is why I love their humor. They got slighted, and they never are going to let that go. So, like when Jed came into the chat that one time and came at me, and then it's been nothing but teeny micro dick jokes since. I get their humor. This is a movie I would make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one, if I had talent and money.
So did any of you guys ever listen to the radio show by Phil Hendry, the Phil Hendry Show?
Not that I know of.
It was an older radio. Well, not older. It was in the 2000s, and he would have these guests on that were just hyper crazy guests. And it turned out that none of these people actually exist. He was doing all the parts of the radio show, making up voices and characters for all these things. He's the guy who does the voice for intelligence in this.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Who does the voice of Spotswood?
Oh shit! I was looking up the other day.
Somebody I've never
It's
heard
a guy
of. I
called
looked it up.
Darren Norris, Daran. Darren Norris.
Who was he?
What a name, Darren Norris.
Was
And one thing I kind of noticed, a lot of these shots here that look like they were doing this gorilla because it doesn't look as clear.
Well, not only that, that's clearly Arlington and all that shit. It's like real places.
Yeah, real places. That's why I think they were doing it like guerrilla style.
Most of the voices are experienced animated voiceover guys or
That's what I
girls. So,
figured.
Yeah,
yeah,
Darren
they're all-
Norris
they're all
has been in
pros.
over 400 films, video games, and television programs.
Yeah,
as
he's
a
been
voice.
American Dad, stuff like that. Yeah.
And I think the reason for this is comics is I think this shit was shot with a digital camera at the time.
Yeah.
And that was before they had really good stuff yet. I mean, it was early on. It was so probable.
It's a hefty fucking fee.
Oh, I love this song.
Yeah.
Freedom
Bucko
isn't
Five.
free. You know what's funny is there's a country song with that actual name. I don't know if they were fucking smart enough to realize that
They were spoofing it. There was a bunch of songs that came out.
No,
at
I
the
think
time.
this song came
Alan
after the
Jackson.
fact, though. Is my point. Though.
Lee
Oh, you
Greenwood
think-
style
okay.
stuff.
Yeah, I know what they were. I know what they were spoofing at the time, but like I said, like 10, 15 years after the fact of this movie, I think it was just a
Yeah.
couple of years back here, like a song came
there's-
out with that
they
title.
wouldn't. Yeah, some country guy wouldn't necessarily know this song. So
That's my point. Is I don't think he was
Yeah,
aware
yeah,
of
right.
it.
Portrayal of North Korea.
So
But
half
it's
the
west
building
of America. West of America. Everything's east and
70s.
west.
Yeah.
Okay, so
70s.
who's
pause it and roll it back to
Hang
two
on,
clips.
I can roll it back. I don't know.
so who's a better villain, Kim Jong or Saddam in the South Park movie?
Ooh.
Kim Jong.
Kim Jong.
I think Kim Jong.
I like Saddam.
Oh, who's that guy? Ugh,
I don't
that's
know,
an evil
but
villain right there.
It's my
Which one were you looking for there?
So
Now,
if
the
the
freedom
shot of
isn't-
North Korea, the city, if
Freedom
you look,
is
half of the
free.
buildings are upside down Chinese food containers.
And there's
I
some,
can see
there's
it
some
now,
umbrellas. There are apparently
They threw-
some paper
yep.
umbrellas.
Paper
Yep,
umbrellas.
like
yeah.
drink umbrellas. So they
Yeah.
threw as many real life items in there to give you scale as they could without making it, just obvious all the time.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, does every scene have like these like Easter eggs like of
Oh, I'm sure.
nonsense?
There's a lot of them.
Almost,
Like when they go to
almost.
Panama, all the plants are marijuana. Like actually.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Marijuana
I was
plants.
gonna
All of
say-
the
all
foliage is cannabis.
Yeah.
Oh, these guys
Yep.
are fucking great. Like they're the most untapped resource in Hollywood, but they like avoid Hollywood as much as
Yes, they
possible.
really
Oh, I understand why.
And
No, we all know why.
They're gonna get
And-
tapped now. They just didn't get like 100 million or some shit.
well, they got 900 million
Oh,
from
900.
Paramount
Good
for
God.
a deal for South Park, and I believe that's the movie you guys were talking about. Because funnily enough, they said they'd never make another movie while they were still working on South Park ever again. Between this and working on the South Park movie. Because this took them a lot longer than they planned, and they felt like the show suffered while they were gone. And then the same thing with when they did the movie, they felt like that second season or whatever, or third season, whichever one it was, the writers were just not as strong as they were. So they felt like that season wasn't as good. So they said
No,
they'd
they've
never
gone
make
back and
another
forth.
movie. And they've been offered, to do Book of Mormon as a movie for a while. And I've said that's the one thing that'll get them that damn EGOT, because they don't have an Oscar. That's the only thing they haven't got yet. They've been nominated, but they haven't won. But if they were to do Book of Mormon as a movie,
Yeah,
I
that
bet you
would be
they'd
good.
win. But I don't know what this movie is they're doing for Paramount. It's with some other, I can't remember who they're doing it with, but it's some project, and I don't know shit about it. It's very top secret. So, yeah, I don't know if anybody has heard anything else about it. But
No, but they also did Orgasmo too while they were
Right.
doing South Park.
that
you
no,
scroll
that was before
down.
South
was
Park.
before.
It was Basketball was the other one they were doing.
Basketball.
Between because they did Basketball and the South Park movie like back to back, and they said they'd never do that again.
Yeah, basketball
Because of
will
that-
be. Yeah,
The show suffered, they said.
yeah. Basketball is my top movie of all time.
Muhammad Ali. Gary Johnson gets the surgery. Dude, I laughed so hard when they get to the face reveal.
Yes.
I'm like,
Oh God,
That's my
yes.
favorite
Yeah.
scene in the movie. 'Cause they play it so straight, and it just makes it so fucking ridiculous. And then when it starts working, spoilers, and he's able to infiltrate, I just couldn't stop laughing because he looks so fucking ridiculous.
you see,
did.
Vidge, it's
Ducka.
interesting you're mentioning when you're watching it sober, because I was watching it purely sober earlier, rewatched it the second time in the last week, and I was laughing my ass off.
No,
purely
Orgasmo
sober
came out in
even
'97,
more.
dude. That was like way, way after South Park came out.
What Orgasmo?
Which one?
Yeah, Orgasmo.
Orgasmo
97.
was first.
I feel like is it a situation where they made
Are you
it
sure? I was
before
gonna say, are you
released
sure it didn't come
after?
out? Because that was a trauma movie.
Orgasmo?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's '97.
Yeah, but I think they made it in like '95 or '4 or something like that, and it didn't
That's
get
what I was-
released until after.
That was
they
when it
were on
actually got
South Park.
distribution.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! No, they came out the same year. South Park came out the same year.
Okay,
as
that's why.
Orgasmo.
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
You're going to fool everyone, Gary.
Because oddly enough, we had Paulie on earlier, and he was talking about he actually worked at the reproduction facility at the time that the CBS Paramount executive who had the Christmas video card that basically brought South Park to the world. Mm-hmm. He was among those guys that leaked out that fucking video.
Oh shit!
Yeah, yeah. So that's what started the whole damn thing. Like they were just guys who were just doing like little shit on the side.
Thank you.
Yeah, they were just kind of. They weren't.
Well, yeah, I remember like the original like films,
the Spirit of Christmas
project
thing
that they did. Yeah, Spirit of Christmas, and
hey guys,
I remember my coworkers were laughing their asses off when we were watching that. What's up?
America, fuck yeah! Going to see the motherfucking day, America,
fuck yeah!
Oh, classic song. I laughed so hard. Freedom. When I first heard it at theater, I'm like, "This is an actual song."
I had it on my MP3 player.
Yeah. I have the soundtrack on CD. Yeah,
I play this quite often on Mead Radio. Yes, and I even sing this song on karaoke.
It's a good song.
I heard this song long before I saw the movie. I was like, that made me want to watch it. I don't know why that didn't make me.
Was this one of the songs that wound up in South Park before it did the movie? I know Montage, I think, was in South Park before it was in this movie.
Yes, season 3.
Montage was in. Which one was that?
I'm trying to. I don't think America Fuck Yeah was though. I think that was original.
No, that was new. That was for this film.
And so was
There's another one though, right? There was another one, not the outside of Montage, that was on the show.
Was it Freedom Isn't Free? Maybe.
It could have been.
There's two Freedom songs because there's Freedom Isn't Free, and then there's the one before he does his mighty throw up, and it's like freedom in the background. What would you do when after he quits the team? There's two different Freedom songs.
Yeah. I think I'd have to look. Yeah. But I think Freedom Isn't Free was from one of the South Park episodes too. Yeah.
It could have
been
because they've reused a lot of their music in several different places. Yeah.
That's right. Make the chat do it.
Oh, look at chat.
We gotta have a montage. Even Rocky had a montage.
Oh, Gary's face with all
when you need to get good
in a short amount of time.
In a short amount of time.
I like how they just put a towel on his head.
Yes.
Oh
yeah.
The girl turban.
Yeah.
There's some Star Wars references in there, I'm sure.
Yes. There is.
There is
quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
The Cantina band is
playing the stuff. Yeah, there's a ton of references and like in jokes, definitely. Yeah. Like we could probably sit here all day with all the references and shit.
That's another good one right there. We protect the service, they crush the freaking stand.
I'm not sure if it'll capture it, but one of the guys walking through town with like food on his head, he's carrying a life-size goldfish cracker on his head. There,
Goldfish right there.
Goldfish crackers, because the puppets are like 2 feet tall. So the basket's full of goldfish crackers, life-size crackers.
Well, the guys who did the puppets are actually the Kyoto brothers, and I actually got 2 of them on my Facebook. I've been trying to get an interview, but they will only do an interview with all 3 of the brothers. It's really weird. So it's really difficult to get them all down. Well, they all work together.
And do all
but they're the guys who created the Critters for the Critters films.
Oh,
they also created the Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then they worked on Ninja Turtles 3. But yeah, that's where that's the guys that did the puppets for them was the Kyoto brothers. So
there's Coca-Cola. You see a Coca-Cola sign in the back.
Yes. Am I the only
Lucky Strike?
Am I the only person who had the nagging feeling that all of the individual members of Team America were patterned after Hollywood actors like Kurt Russell?
I think to an extent, all of them were.
I think
at least to have that like that all American look. Like I said, like Gerry doesn't look like a character. He looked like a character who had not been placed on like the Rocketeer or something like that. So they were definitely designed to have
pretty much the stereotypical kind of characters.
Yeah. Here's the Cantina scene.
Cantina band.
I've never seen acting that good.
That's a hell of a beard.
We need an actor. Only an actor can do.
Top Gun actor.
Top Gun. That line will never get a Top Gun.
Top Gun actor.
Tom will ask about TMNT. Man, I gotta be there for that. Yeah, for real. Oh my.
Well, famously, that's the one that everybody says they look like shit in. Remember?
Yes.
And I think the guy who did the effect. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think the guy who did the effects for this was the same guy who did the first 2 Matrix movies and Spider-Man 2. So he jumped from doing all CGI to doing this because he wanted something completely different, and everything in this is practical. There was not a green screen to be found in this.
And the effects look good, man. I wish we had movies that had went back with miniatures, because that was like a common thing. Using miniatures to do explosions, and now you just use CG.
All camera tricks and shit.
Yeah. It looked good.
Yeah, it still holds up. A lot of the
even the
scenes still
Taliban look good. Even the Taliban look good. They look like Taliban-y. Like they look all big old pew beards and towels on heads.
But the spa towel is a perfect
slightly pink.
You got balls. I like balls.
Yes.
When
put
he's
a
crying.
jihad on them. I put a jihad on you.
Yeah. How could Jed do that if he's got micro? There's no balls to put balls on. Fucking love miniatures. That was good timing, Bruce.
Oh, Bruce does, yeah.
If you don't believe it, they better good because I put a jihad on you too. Here it is. I like balls. You got balls. Oh my god! I remember I saw. I'm like, they're really buying this. This guy with a bunch of people.
Oh, in these super secret hiding places. Yeah.
In the super.
I've seen better beards on an urban hipster.
Oh, that's bad.
Darker,
Baka Street.
That sweet name is so ridiculous. Darker on Baka. Man. Imagine writing the script and then taking those lines, like those names, seriously and keeping a straight face. I just couldn't. I sense Gary's shot. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's another thing. What's her face? Not Lisa.
Sarah.
Thank you. She basically has the Force in this movie because between
she's an empath.
Yeah.
Between this scene and obviously the scene later on with the celebrities, like. She uses the Force in a way.
With the cats.
Yeah.
I just love how they use real black cats as panthers. That was so hilarious.
Yes. Yeah, it's almost as if they were using her character in the beginning to spoof Deanna Troy.
I was going to say, I think she's more of a Deanna Troy spoof than anything.
I sense their angry captain. Oh, really? Is that where they're firing at?
They even call her an empath. That's why I think that.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
But the whole joke later on is like, you're not really an empath.
Yeah.
It will be 9/11 times 2,356.
I don't even know what that is.
I'm so lonely and lonely around.
That voice, just a spotwood between the name. There's
the signal.
Stop right there.
He's giving the signal. I need help.
Okay, the first time I saw this signal before. There was an episode of Top Gear where Jeremy Clarkson was going to drive this open wheel road car. It was a prototype. So they literally built one by hand, and it had lots of problems with journalists driving it. One guy actually went off the road with it and put himself in the hospital. So Jeremy was a little bit worried about this car holding together as he drove it. So he told the crew, if I have a problem with the car, I'll do the Team America signal.
Oh, there it is again.
And he did. He did. The car's coming down a straightaway. The floor pan starts to fall off, and Jeremy gets on the brakes and starts waving his arms in the air just like that.
Kiss
I actually remember that.
Kiss
Didn't
me, kiss me.
I just love how all the monuments are blowing up.
Yes.
All these like ancient monuments that
Yes.
are completely cannot be replaced.
God, they're Team America, man. They just come in, blow shit up, and that's what they do. And he say, "Kiss me, kiss me."
Well, that's kind of making fun of the whole Bruckheimer Independence Day kind of type of movies we were getting, especially before 9/11, right? Like after 9/11, they tapered off a little bit, except for here, because that's kind of the whole point. The whole, well, what monument's going to get destroyed in this movie kind of thing, like
that, and the fact, well, I won't say the fact that we blow up monuments, but the whole thing with it, whenever we roll in, we just kind of fuck shit up.
Hey, terrorists.
Oh, yeah.
Terrorize this.
Well, Michael Bay's movies, he has no like concept of how much damage they're doing.
Oh, I
in
know.
those movies. Like that's the thing.
Like Chicago gets leveled in Transformers.
Yeah, or like even something simple like in Bad Boys 2 when they're going down that hill in that what is it? It's like some South American town or whatever, and like all those fucking cabins and shit are just getting totaled. It's like those are people's houses. Right, like they're just running through there like nothing, and they throw it off. Oh, those are the drug people's houses or whatever. It's like, that's a lot of people's houses though. Like,
at the end of that scene where she's got that Gatling gun, she just tears the place up, and then she stops and they close up. She goes, "Gary." Yeah, she just leveled everybody. Gary,
right? So but yeah, like these drug producers don't have like kids or families or anything like that. They're just
They just they think everything's consequenceless. Yeah, no, they
eyes
do.
are all bugged out.
Yep.
All right, we got a direct donation. And Mr. Tickle Trunk for $10. Thank you, sir. With a heart. Well, thank you, Mr. Tickle Trunk. The Dix Division and the whole panel loves you. Thank you for being here and hanging out and listening to us, sir. Wherever you may be. You must be lurking. I see and hear you, Mr.
He's in the
lurking like a merkin.
Lurking back a merkin.
What about a gherkin?
Like a gherkin.
With a merkin.
Stop furking about.
But of course, once again, Trey and Matt were able to show the hypocrisy of the MPAA with this film.
Oh yes,
because it's as I asked before, I'm pretty sure this is the R-rated cut because that's the only version that's in HD. Because that's their preferred version. Because they knew they were going to be up against some shit with the MPAA between the blood, the violence, and some of the sex acts.
Yeah.
But they knew for a fact that they didn't want to go that far. So what they did is they went completely overboard with the sex scene to the point where they knew they were going to cut most of that out.
Right. Well, yeah, that's what a lot
so
of
that would
do.
distract the MPAA, and they basically ignored everything else and keyed in on that scene, which they knew is exactly what they would do. And so, of course, they cut out exactly what they intended to cut out. They got their R rating which was their intended director's cut. So this is technically the director's cut.
A lot of movies do that because, like in Fight Club, you had the same thing where Marla is like, I haven't been fucked like that since grade school, and originally, that was the line they wanted to use, but they knew that they would probably have to cut that, so they had something worse where she's like, I want to have your abortion.
Yeah, I remember hearing that too. But so similarly, because back in the day when they dealt with the MPAA when they were independents, the MPAA would slap them with an NC-17.
Yeah.
And be like, well, what do we do to fix it? And they're like, well, we can't tell you because we aren't artists, and that would, and that would be us interpreting whatever, blah, 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 blah. So they're left to their own accord to sit there and keep doing these re-edits and do all this stuff. And back then, especially when it was on film, you had to submit a film. So it means you'd have to go in, recut the film, do it again. And to get a film printed out is expensive. We're talking tens of thousands, if not more than that, dollars. And so they would have to go through this whole process as an independent crew, usually, without any idea, just shooting in the dark, trying to figure out what it is that the MPAA is having a problem with. But then all of a sudden, when they worked on Basketball, it was different. They suddenly got fucking notes. They're like, what the fuck is this? They got a bunch of notes from the MPAA specifically saying what they had to cut out where, exactly how many seconds of footage here they had to get rid of, exactly what words they can't say here. And they're like, well, what the fuck? This is a completely different experience now. We were told before they couldn't interfere.
Hey, look, another landmark got trashed.
So short story long, sorry about that. But like, yeah, so then from there on out, they knew exactly how to play the MPAA. So they did that with South Park as well. Because they kept running into a few issues with them. But so every time they would have to come back and do something with South Park, they'd add like 3 things that were worse without them noticing.
To add insult to injury, the head falls off on top of them.
Needless to say, I'm assuming this isn't the unrated cut, which is not their preferred version anyway, which just has a bunch of extensive sex scenes in it. All the differences.
Yeah.
Oh well, with the NPAA, because like they were
And I
having
think
a
puking
ton
and stuff, but yeah.
They had a lot of difficulty trying to get a acceptable, like rating for like a big, big release on that. I think they resubmitted like almost 10 times, I think.
Yes.
And the MPA were very adamant about that NC-17. And eventually, obviously, with the edits, they eventually came down to, R, which is, as you said, Tom, is exactly what they want. Can you imagine resubmitting this? Like, this had to have been hell to have resubmitted all this time. And I'm sure they had fun, like, fucking with them, too, but I would get annoyed. Maybe that's just me.
Well, here's where they had the time and the facilities to do it, but
the film actors.
How prophetic.
This is why this movie holds up, just because of all this shit right here with the Hollywood stars.
The Tim Robbins thing here is great.
The corporations, and they make money.
Corporations, their thing, they make money.
The only thing that's sad is he has like white ass hair now, but yeah, and he looks too short. They should have him like careening over the camera because that motherfucker's like 7 foot tall. You ever seen his ass?
No,
he's pretty tall.
He's fucking huge.
Peter Jennings
Robbins or Baldwin?
See, they got him so short. Like, yeah. So I guess they kind of have it, but
Helen Hunt.
George is one of their friends too. That's the other thing that's funny.
Yeah, it's funny because he looks the most like himself. It's like
Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen don't look nothing really like Martin Sheen, but the rest of them
actually looks like Susan Sarandon.
Yeah, the rest of them look pretty good.
Skills are fading with age.
I fucking hate her now.
Have you seen
somebody?
He was always kind of a twat, though.
All right,
Damon?
No, Gruffalo.
Oh, I was going to say Jenny. Well, she was funny back in the day. What happened was, I think when Ben Stiller broke up with her, she went into this He-Man hate mode thing and never left.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you noticed that. Like, before that, she had a sense of humor. And then after they broke up, she just, like, turned into this total bitch.
Hans Blix.
Kind of like what happened to Sora Silverman after...
yeah, I think so. Same
Jimmy
thing.
Kimmel
Yes. After Jimmy Kimmel thing, yep.
Another thing I want to add
Brooks.
to how they're talking about how they will use the celebrities to push certain things, and this movie like predicted that by like a lot, not just the Alec Baldwin stuff, but like everything that they want to do, and how like celebrities, like, because you see like Kim Jong, it's like we need to work with the celebrities to get certain things going and to push for certain things. I'm like, and then they even what's his face has this confession to Gerry about something that happened to him with a kid involving a celebrity. I'm like, whoa, that's really weird to watch.
Well, yeah, it's why he doesn't like actors, is because
he doesn't like actors. Yeah. And I'm like, whoa, because now that we know, well, let's just say we know what we know now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whoa, like
probably do it then.
The other thing too, it really kind of nails on is the overdeveloped sense of self-importance a lot of celebrities have.
Oh,
yeah, well, that's what
comics.
Yeah, that's one thing that Trey and Matt said. They do it every turn they can.
Yeah.
And that's where they have friends, but they don't give a shit if they... Because, like, I love their story about, like, Russell Crowe and shit, too. That's hilarious. You guys ever heard that one?
No, what's the story?
Okay, well, they did the Russell Crowe episode, remember?
Uh-huh.
And they expected him to not like it, but he thought it was hilarious. So they ended up becoming closer friends. And he was doing his music thing. Remember that?
He had a band, yeah. 48 Foot of Grunt or something.
Yeah, something like that. So he invited a bunch of people over to hear his album. And Trey and Matt thought, being that they're professionals and there was a bunch of other professionals in the room, he was like wanting their professional opinion and notes. And he goes, maybe we're a little pretentious in that sense. But, he's kind of gave him a few notes on a song. And he like got really pissy with. He's like, this is the finished album. This is it, like, and like after that they never got talked. Like I guess he got really pissy with him over that, but like he took that shit way too seriously. I guess he didn't have a problem with the other shit, but like yeah.
You can make fun of me, but don't make fun of the music. That's
well, if you ask for criticism, don't get mad when you get it.
I don't think he did was what they said. They might have been a bit pretentious in that respect, but they were just kind of assuming that it was like a listening, because they'll do that. Yeah, well, like you'll have like directors will get their friends together and they'll show them the movie.
Test screening,
and same thing with like an album. Sometimes get a bunch of other band members from other bands and stuff that to get together to listen to it. It's like, is there anything that doesn't sound right here? Like. What do you think we could do better? Maybe, just get kind of a new ear on it or a new eye on it. So they thought that's what he was doing. They didn't realize that this was like this like party just to celebrate his album. But that's what he did. He was like making everybody sitting in there awkwardly playing each song.
Hold up.
And they weren't allowed to talk and shit. It was weird.
Dude, the legendary line right here. This line.
We gotta go back to.
Yeah, you have to go back because that is. No, it's okay. It's just that line is so noteworthy. It's just like how can we? That's like a stop everything you're doing because, well, 70s. I'll let you have it with that.
I'll find it. Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's so bloody damn funny. It's legendary, straight up legendary. And how can we not? All right. The next time you pull a stunt like that, I'll drill 2 holes through your dick.
I'll drill 2 holes through your dick, and so that when you pee, it shoots out in all different directions. You got it?
That's funny. So I gotta go back to.
Yeah, that's a great line.
Well, this movie is just every cliche, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jimmy Garofalo line's probably my favorite in the film.
And the lines like that are so over the top. That's part of what makes them funny.
That's just a
so
parody.
Exaggerated.
Yeah, that's a parody of that line where the new hotshot gets taken aside by one of the old guys and goes, "That was a great move today, but if you ever do that again, I'll kick your ass."
Yeah,
that's exactly what that is. Yeah.
Tox, which is the Garofalo line you're referring to?
Well, I mean, we'll get to it. I think it's coming up, but it's
all the actors.
Hold on.
Yeah,
comics. This is important. I need comics to promise me that he will never die.
Because if you do that, he'll have sex with you right now.
I think you were going to say when it comes up when
Nick, I hate to break this to you, but I'm going to die at some point.
You broke your promise already.
If you promise me you'll never die, I will drop everything and make love to you right now.
The zookeepers can kiss.
For the zookeepers to
kiss the entire world.
All I'm thinking of is Harambe.
I think we get some of the good actors' lines when they go to fight on behalf of North Korea later.
Here it is.
Well, you can promise me you never die.
I'd make love to you right now.
I promise you, I will never die.
That's some graphic puppets next.
If it was only that easy. If it was only
you're gonna get
that
laid,
easy.
you'll say anything.
If only.
You'll say anything.
And that, I remember,
no, women usually want, you'll never leave me, you'll marry me, all that business. Oh, no. If you just promise me you'll never die. Oh, fuck yeah, baby. I can promise that.
Promise me you will die is probably more what they're thinking.
Well, no. By the time you're dead, who gives a fuck? What you going to do?
Is that Culture Casino's nipples? Is that what we saw?
Just one of them. Just one of them.
Just one of
I
them.
love the shh, and she puts her hand like over his eye instead of.
I know.
If only somebody had thought to cut these clips and do something with them, eh? Hey, Nick?
That's right.
Yeah, what a shame.
The Panama Canal.
No, we'll do it for the other one. We'll talk.
No, you sped through it.
The encore. Sorry, we missed some.
No, I know you had to clip through that.
What the
They
hell?
are what they are.
I was gonna say, what
When
just
she
happened?
takes the dump on him and in the theater, that's one of the few times I've been in a theater and been physically sick to my
Here's
stomach.
all the pot.
Well,
Yeah.
as
Well,
I
at
say,
first-
my 14-year-old daughter was with us when we went to see
Oh,
that
shit.
movie.
Awkward.
Oh my
It was
god!
a Cleveland
From the
steamer.
R-rated one.
Well, at least it wasn't the unrated version.
See,
then.
at first I thought he was giving her a facial, and then all of a sudden the shit happened. Oh, never mind, that wasn't jizz, it was pee. So then it turned into shit after even the score. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, but I thought the Cleveland steamer bit was actually cut from the theatrical.
I thought so too, but maybe not in the UK. Who knows?
Well, this was in the US. I saw it. Universal.
Oh, did you?
Studios.
Okay.
Yeah, at Universal.
Oh,
in
that's right.
Florida,
You just said
and
that earlier. Duh.
It was in it.
It was in there. They pulled
it
it
was
after
there.
a couple of weeks.
It was there.
I was gonna say maybe you guys saw an earlier cut before they cut it,
It
all
was
out.
like in the first or second night it had been released.
Oh
I
well,
saw
then it should have
it.
been cut.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's kind of like Clue when it originally came out. If you went and saw it that first time, you didn't have all the 3 endings. You only had the one because they were
Different
supposed to do
theaters
different ones. Yeah, different
had
theaters.
different endings.
Right.
Maybe that's where Amber got the idea from.
Possible.
It is very, very possible. Yes.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't in the version streaming on Amazon.
I was gonna say I don't think that's in the R-rated cut. Maybe they just happened to show the unrated cut at Universal or something. But
Maybe because it was definitely in there. Because I was quite.
It was in
the
there.
Only, the
Oh,
only
that's
moment I
what she
felt.
said.
The only
I
moment I
mean-
felt uncomfortable with having the.
yeah, that
kids
seems
there.
odd. Yeah,
No, it's.
so I know there's still some sex in it, but there's not nearly as bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
There's some
because they
sex,
literally
right?
put all that other shit in with the pure intention that it was going to get cut out.
Right.
So like, yeah.
You are useless to me, Eric Baldwin.
That's right.
You know, people come up to him to this day on the street and say, "You are useless to me, Alec Baldwin," and his standard reply is, "Same to you, Kim."
You are useless to me, Alec Baldwin.
Oh lordy. Oh lordy.
Well, now he
Yeah,
just
this-
might shoot you by accident.
That's true.
Yeah, yes, you might.
Well, the protests of the Team America World Police thing here, that was actually happening. They were
Yes.
in Union Square. They had
There we go.
military
There he
troops.
is.
Oh, there he is with the
Socialist
mustard.
wiener.
Yeah.
There he is.
Socialist
Stains
weasel.
everywhere.
But yeah, there
Oh.
were protests in Union Square and stuff all the time.
He does
out
look
there
like he's stuck with Ham.
Yeah,
Just look at him, man. He's like a freaking bowling ball.
Yeah, just don't piss them
Oh,
off.
how much the lefty hasn't changed, huh?
Nope.
Yeah.
He's consistent. He's
Only
the
gotten worse,
embodiment.
actually.
Yeah.
No,
Except now he looks like an old lesbian.
He does.
Yeah, he
He
does.
really does. He looks crazy.
Same
He
facial
looks
hair,
like your
too.
aunt that never got laid and
Still blames everything on
has
men.
12 cats. Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
Everything's a man's fault. Man, yep, that sounds like Michael Moore, all right. I said I'd
And
never
does-
die, but
and
no.
does Needle
Hold on,
point-
hold on.
I
We got
bet
back
he
to that
does
line. We
not
gotta
get-
go back to that line.
Oh, hang on then.
We gotta go because that line's so funny. He's like, I said I'd never die, but now I'm dead inside. I laughed so hard. I'm like dead inside.
It's such an actory thing to say.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, all right. We got
Yeah.
some direct donations here, so this is gonna get a double Thanos punch.
Best.
All right. We got the first here of Mr. Brian Yoder for $25. Says, am I the only one who wants to see a live action remake of this? You know, Brian, this obviously that would never happen today at all, like not even close. But if we're gonna live in that world, as adamant as I am against remakes, I don't know if I'm ready to see someone shit on someone in real life. But
I don't know if it would work.
Well, yeah, I have to go to Pornhub.
That is true.
Oh.
Unfortunately,
I don't
We're
know
in
if
a-
it would-
two
would it
cup
work?
What was it? Two girls, one
No,
cup.
it would be. It'd be awesome to see someone vomit endlessly for 5 minutes. That would
I
be
think
awesome to see.
the only way
so-
you could do it is if it was a live action remake, but they still pretended they were puppets.
Oh,
acting
say,
like
since
puppets.
The 70s brings it up like that. That would be
So they'd still have to go like this, and and
yeah, the shakes. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
that would be cool to. Yeah, I'd be curious, Brian, to answer your question. I'd be very curious to see. So thank you for $25. We've got Bruce Lombardo of the Dix Division.
What's
for
up, Bruce?
$20 says, go buy some real flour and follow my explicit instructions on making your own dough, Nick. Nothing makes pizza Santa cry harder than seeing you buy dollar pizza. I don't buy dollar pizza. I buy $10 pizza. Don't you know that's less healthy than a bucket of KFC? Think of the children. Dude, I buy gluten-filled, fat-filled pizza, but I'll gladly pay $20. Dude, here's the thing, Bruce. I actually sucked at making pizza, so we're gonna derail this for the next 2 minutes because I need to go on a tangent here. My first job I ever worked at was at this company called Nancy's Pizza, which is a pretty good company at the time. It was good pizza. I sucked so bad at making pizzas, I got fired. Imagine getting fired from your job, not because you had bad intentions, not because you had difficulties with the workers and customer, but because you suck at your job. I sucked so bad at making pizza, I got fired from my job.
How can you, of all people, suck at making pizza?
That's like I feel like my life was a lie. Nick Weiser can't make pizza.
I suck so bad.
If anything, that should be the only thing you know how. Like, I would believe if you're like the only thing I can make is pizza. I'd be like, okay, I can believe that.
Now there is a minor. Now here's the thing: could I have gotten better? Maybe. Here's the one issue where Nancy's fucked this up. Nancy's only wanted me to work when it was busy. So, and our busiest days were Friday and Saturday. And Friday, it would be super crazy. And as soon as it died down, they would tell me to go home. And I could never let the process of making a pizza breathe. It was just constant, along with constantly fucking pizza up. And the more pizzas I fucked up, the more employees got to have. So a lot of the workers were secretly thankful because they got to keep the pizzas. But eventually they got to the point where it's just like, well, Nick, this is your last paycheck.
Dude, I want to know how do you suck at making pizza? It's not that hard.
Yeah, were you slapping the dough or what was your
keeping up with ingredients, keeping up with the weight, also the timings of the oven with the getting the pizza in and out, because some people might want it well done. Also, and then there'll be people who will be like easy on the cheese, easy on the sauce, or light toppings or heavy toppings. And once again, I had to learn all these things. And I never had a moment to just learn with the worker. They basically just threw me into the mix without proper training and said, make pizza. I'm not joking. How long did you work there? About 3 months. And I was 17 at the time. And I knew I was done. I knew I was done. I'm like, fuck this place. So I didn't care. It's up because the pizza is good. But the boss, it was like I used to get baked a lot. So it was a married couple named Alan Robin. And when Alan Robin would talk, all I could hear in my stoned mind was wah 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 wah.
Okay, wait. So some things are coming to light here.
Yeah.
He was 17, first job out of the pike, stoned out of his mind. Yeah. So now it's all making sense.
So in other words, he was basically everybody's teenage son. Gotcha.
No, I wasn't. The thing is, I wasn't like there would be times I was just being like, oh man, these people are really. And then one time, Robin brought in a pizza from Giordano's, and for those who do not know, that's a big name in Chicago.
Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning this. This is funny.
And she's like, she wants all the workers to try the pizza. And everyone goes for a slice, and she, asks us all what we think, and I'm like, oh, is this good? And then she loses her fucking mind. She's like, oh, fucking god damn it, no. I was like, and I'm like, what's she so mad about? She asked me how the pizza was. Like, oh, Giordano's is moving down the street. And the funny part is, both companies are still there to this day, 17 years later. She freaked out over absolutely nothing. Now, do Alan Robbins still work there? I don't know, but they're still there to this day. Nancy's is still there, and so is Giordano's. Anyways, that's
so Nick, what you're saying is you're the pizza guy, the pizza stoner from Stranger Things.
Yeah. I still haven't watched it, but I will find out about that soon.
I see.
I could just picture you at the make line, completely stoned, and they're saying something to you, and you look up and look over, and you've just got like sauce and toppings just dripping down your face, like eating as you go.
Even at 17, Ron Jeremy didn't know how to lay pipe. We forgive you, Nick.
This is an accepting place. Yes.
And then Toxic Man flew for $5. Says, wait, Nick Weiser got fired because he sucked. ... And making pizza, we truly live in the end times. That was 2004 or 5 when that happened. So yeah. Anyways,
It was
back
about
to-
then
back
that
to
time that
Team
things
America.
started to go badly wrong in the world. So
It is.
There's no coincidences, Nick.
Well, my next job I started was at the Borders bookstore, and my first day was on Friday the 13th of January 2006.
You don't understand, but Nick, you spawned the multiverse that we're all stuck in now. Because in the regular universe, you own that restaurant now.
Yep. Now
It's
we're
the
screwed.
NCU.
Yeah, we're done with the MCU. You ruined everything, Nick.
That's how we got to Earth Prime.
Earth Pride. Holy shit. Cardinal Sim for $19.99. Holy damn, dude. With a super sticker and a half. And what'd you send me, Cardinal? What was that? What was that sticker of? It was you are amazing. Thank you, Cardinal Sim, for the $20, sir. I appreciate it. Man, you guys are going nuts with the direct donations and super chats tonight. Anyways, go ahead, 70s. Keep this going. Yes, I'm sorry, guys. We're in this timeline. I take responsibility.
You should.
It's okay. It's reached the soap opera part of the film. So
You like Gary? Oh, I see. Oh, I love it. It goes full soap opera.
it goes full soap. Yeah.
I didn't plan on it happening, Sarah. Save it, Lisa.
Exactly. You didn't kill your brother.
What's better is we also missed the part where that other guy, he's like, you like Gary? Oh, I see. He's like,
oh, I see.
Yeah.
He loses all hope.
Yeah.
America.
Yeah, the sad America fuck yeah.
America. Fuck yeah.
Gonna save the motherfucking day, yeah. America.
I want to see Michael Moore blow up again.
I want to buy this movie. I want to buy this movie on Blu-ray just to watch Michael Moore blow up again.
Yes.
I have this movie on Blu-ray and DVD.
As you should, man.
Tom, doesn't
haven't
Thomas
reached that bit
Jefferson's
yet.
face change, his facial expression change throughout the film?
It might. I wouldn't be surprised.
Freedom is the only way, yeah. America.
Well, his mouth opens and closes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He definitely
does.
You notice here that he's not shaving anymore.
Yes, the beard grows.
Yeah, I'm not shaving.
Well, guys, he's not chained because he's dead inside. He said,
This is going to go badly wrong.
oh, dude, it goes.
Turkestan.
The Turkestan.
Turkistanis.
The Turkestan. The worn turbans.
Yeah.
They're all mud and dirt.
I've got Korean aircraft at 1 o'clock. Oh man, this bloody movie! I tell you, I seriously like. I can imagine like laughing like I'm gonna stuff this Michael Moore doll with freaking ham, and we're gonna blow up a bunch of ham. Like it's so fitting for Moore. Nothing.
It's yet to come.
No, I know it's yet to
Right
come, but
dogs.
still,
Right
it's just-
Like dogs.
Right
Yes.
dogs.
Why is he helping terrorists? Well, Spotswood.
Oh, Spotswood, man. Oh, what? Do you,
Yeah, there's
like-
another empath moment here coming up.
No, Brian, live action remake. I try to imagine it, but I feel like 70 said once again with the puppets. Like if they were trying to act like puppets, that would make it worthwhile. 70s is
I
right
don't know,
on
man.
that.
I wouldn't want to see it.
I
hate
just don't
the
think we need it. Yeah.
needless remakes.
We
That-
don't
that's
need it.
What
You're
we're
right.
getting.
We don't need it, but would it be funny to see humans act like puppets? I kind of be entertained, but no, you're right. We don't need it, but it would be funny to see that happen. But
In most Marvel movies these days, that's what they look like.
Yeah, it's basically what they are. We fucking eat
Say
puppets.
Brie Larson if you want to see
Brie
someone.
Larson.
Well, the upside is they could probably do most of it with CGI now, but would you really want them to do like a sequel?
No,
That's the
it
thing.
works
Is I just
because
don't
it's
think
like
it would be as good.
Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
It works because it's.
But take 70s idea and add a little bit to it. Have them all still have strings on them.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
All
Not
right.
just
Wasn't
act
Bill
like
Paxton
puppets,
in
but
that?
still have the strings and everything.
Yeah, which is really actors. Yes,
You know
that
what
is-
might actually be funny to do as a sequel is if they did it in the style of like a Saturday morning cartoon.
Let's give credit where credit is
Johnny
due.
Quest.
Yeah, like something like that. You know, like how they used to do. Well, you know, you'd have a movie and then they'd have the Saturday morning cartoon all the time.
Yeah.
They're arguing
Yeah.
about relationships.
All right, I'm gonna read the super chat and then head it out to Red
Nick's
Shirt.
pizza is worse than 9/11 times 100. Yes, 91,100 from Just Joe 47.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate
Somebody in
it.
the chat
There's
said
his
how many pieces you want.
$2.
Go ahead, Red Shirt.
Yeah, they give credit where credit is due. The Turkestani planes are really accurate models of MiG-15s and MiG-19s from the Korean War era.
Yeah.
They're really old ones.
Uh-huh.
It's
jump
like
back
they're
a bit
buying
here.
surplus off of some African country.
That's
Hey,
why
Tom.
they're Durkastanis.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
My wife. She knows me so well.
You, Tom, you want to read it? Go ahead. I'll let Tom read this one again.
32 flavors of Nick Weiser got fired for refusing to put pineapple on the pizzas.
As he
Well,
should.
good for Nick.
Thank you, Tom.
Well,
He took a
Nick, that
bullet
was a
for
sacrifice.
everyone.
That
And
was a
thank
sacrifice
you,
worth
Mrs.
making.
Flew, for the tip.
Damn
No,
right.
okay. I wish that was the reason.
We
because-
salute you.
I can't believe I'm on a panel of soulless devils.
I know, right?
Pineapple and
Okay,
pizza is the devil's work.
It's a
Well-
proven scientific fact. Pineapple goes bad the moment you put it on pizza. And so
And-
does the pizza.
Razor Fist said, deep dish, New
You know,
York.
Razor
they-
Fist is right about a lot of things, but not pineapple on pizza.
That is correct.
Oh, that's
No,
what
he's more
even
than right on
More
that.
right. He's more right on that.
Look, we don't need more fruit on our pizza. We already got tomatoes pretending to be a fucking vegetable. We don't need any fruit.
No, how terrible.
It
tomatoes.
It is.
Meat, and maybe mushrooms and olives. Other than that, you don't need nothing else on
Anchovies is what
I
you
got
need.
you, Sarah.
Okay,
there. Well, that would be a meat, wouldn't it?
I'm gonna divide this panel.
Anchovies
be a
are a kind of meat.
contrarian. I'm gonna be
Technically,
a
yeah.
contrarian and say a plain
Flesh.
cheese pizza is good.
If you gotta have one.
I also like cheese pizza. There's nothing wrong with cheese pizza.
Plain cheese
Three
pizza.
cheese pizza.
Well, cheese pizza's okay, but that's like wussy pizza.
You need
It's-
3
No,
cheeses.
because it lets you know
Cat,
how the
Jesus.
pizza is on its own
Yep.
merits without having to add things. That's why you need to. always
If you're a
test every
fucking
company
food critic, maybe, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that's very important.
half the
Don't you
experience is the
understand that
toppings.
Nick is a professional pizza critic?
That's right.
Well, if he puts pineapple on his pizza, then I have to question his professionalism.
I trust me. I know where to put it, and pineapple's not where I put it.
In the
So-
garbage
You put
or
red
on a
pepper flakes
or
on
on
your
a
I
pizza.
fucking
think we know
dessert.
where you've been putting the pineapples, Nick.
He's been getting the Hitler treatment with the pineapple.
That's right.
That's why you fucks don't like pineapple on pizza. It's been shoved up your ass too many times.
That's right.
No, I
It's the
like
fruit of
pineapple just
kings.
fine on like desserts and shit,
Ham.
or in a cup.
Ham. No.
Now, see, I'm people who eat fruit in a cup. They're soulless to me. So,
Well,
but I mean, we're all different, Tom. We can all get along. I know we can.
I just mean as a plain fruit anyway.
Anyways, back
you
to
are
Team
plain fruit to me.
America.
I know, but I'm not gay enough to be gay. So
No. That's gay with 2 A's.
I would have said you were too gay.
no,
to be
it's gay with a
really.
hard H.
A hard H.
Gay. Oh my god. Anyways, Team America.
This is the part
here
where
we
she
go.
gets shot down and goes, I think I'm going down. And she hits
Michael
the
Moore
word.
moment.
Yes,
Oh, here it
we
is.
go.
Oh, here we go.
What the hell?
Prepare to die.
Prepare to die. Man, it's so fading that Michael Moore exploded.
Don't
So
we
you
just
just
want
eat
this?
pizza.
If only this was real life.
If only.
Oh my
He'd need more dynamite.
Terry, fuck.
Jesus, Jenny fucking Christ.
It's a really neat explosion. That yeah, it's-
It's even better in slow motion.
and there goes the
Oh, there goes the ham.
There's the ham.
Yes, Jesus J. fucking Christ, indeed.
Splat.
Christ.
It's a
I
super
remember-
cool base, though. I wouldn't mind having that base and living in it. That would be super cool.
Yeah, no, it is a nice base. I mean, they got a lot of alcohol there. It's a very nice big setup.
Mount Rushmore now destroyed.
All
Not
right,
technically Team America's fault. Not technically their fault.
True.
This time.
Wait down.
This is probably
that's
true.
Yeah.
But I'm not quite. I don't know.
We lost
We've
intelligence.
lost intelligence.
I wasn't queer enough, I guess.
Oh, that was the whole thing with the intelligence and how bad it was and all that stuff and things from there. It just wasn't lost when this movie came out.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff was just coming out.
Hey, she's pulling a Biden.
No intelligence.
I
Big
repeat,
joke on
we
military
have no
intelligence.
intelligence.
Yeah.
Intelligence.
Well, Tom was
Repeat
making him
line.
look bad because he's a retranssexual. He was born a man who thinks he's a woman, but she thinks she's a man.
Oh
No,
my
I'm a
He's
lesbian.
really a woman.
But really,
that
man.
was a plot twist and a half.
I sense I'm going down.
Since I'm going down.
It's a first for everything.
Oh lordy, the ship fell, and then this we get to the turning point where everything starts to get even more emotional, and they get captured by the Allahs. Allah, Sarah, God, Chris, you gotta help her. Oh man, this bloody scene. Yeah, America fell before they rise up, though. Come on, you always gotta fall down before you can get back up. That's how the hero's journey works, kids. That's how it works.
Yep.
Chris,
Wise
come in.
old sage's speech is the best part of this movie. It should be something every 18-year-old has to listen to the day they turn 18. The dicks, pussies, assholes speech explains everything in the world.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that whole spiel. I will actually remember to wait for that one because I actually never enjoyed Green Day, like ever. Like if there's any bad bands I was into, I'm trying to think what bad band I was into when I was younger. I liked Linkin Park for like 2 weeks. That was about it. I never liked Papa Roach. Didn't
Smash Mouth.
I thought they were cool for like a week or two. I think I probably did.
Fuck Green Day, but I really like the song
Nickelback.
Basket Case.
Yeah.
I was fine with Dookie.
I liked one or two songs from Blink-182, but that was
Dookie and Nimrod were good albums.
Yeah,
but
Nimrod
outside of
was a
that,
good
they're
album.
kind of.
And then all of a sudden they started talking. Then they went full soy about Missing You, and I'm like, yeah, you guys know, done.
I don't want to be an American idiot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, I had friends who were obsessed with that album, and I was just like, oh. And
Well, he's
once again,
moving
at
out of the
time-
country now, apparently.
Oh, good for him.
I was even then I remember why they put out that because they were open that they put that out hoping that would persuade the election type of thing. And I was still very apolitical. I thought to myself, like, okay, so I remember like even being in that position of a neutral position, I thinking, man, I hope he feels the same way when there's another president who's doing the same thing. And then also because everyone's talking about they're gonna hold. No, sorry. I'm going to go on a political tangent. We're not doing that. Toxic Tuesday. No, not doing it.
Nick.
I stopped myself. But no. I'm not doing it.
No.
Ronery and Sadria.
Yeah, I'll let
Thank
you guys
God
have the
this
floor
team's
with the song.
Wrong.
Save this for politics. This is great.
Nobody listens. No one understands. I'm Ronery.
Ronery.
So Romeo.
See, we did
And
it.
I'm
Toxic
always
thing.
amazed at the voices that Matt Stone and Trey Parker can do.
Oh God, tell me about it.
Yeah.
Hans breaks his skeleton there.
Yeah.
Hans
Still there.
Feel like a bird in a cage.
It's kind of
Because
Siri,
he's highway,
not
Great
Riri.
great-
with way.
That's such a great lyric too, with him saying "feeling like a bird in a cage" when he's in the dungeon. They're all like looking at him.
Well, really, you guys, he's just being Elmer. It's just Elmer Fudd.
Yeah,
It's all it is.
All right, Chris Maiden. I still have not watched it, but I will. I will get to it. Don't worry. I have not forgotten. And
I haven't seen Fire and Ice in years.
It will be. It will be one to do. So
I love Fire and Ice.
it will happen, sir. It'll be huge. Oh, here we go. The ultimate speech. The ultimate speech that changed everything. I remember my face hurting in the theater watching this scene. I was like,
Pussies are 1 inch away from assholes.
pussy think everyone can get along. Oh, damn! I was gonna read that. Go back 70s.
Oh, hang on.
Okay, because we're saving the throw up.
Probably quicker just to look up the quote.
Let me just find that exact scene.
Yes, no, it's worth it for that scene. Pussies think everyone can get along, and dicks just want to fuck all the time. But then you got your assholes, Chuck. And all the assholes want is to shit all over everything. So pussies may get mad and dicks once in a while because pussies get fucked by dicks. All right. Durka, Brian, take care. But dicks also fuck assholes, Chuck. And if they don't fuck the assholes, you know what you get? You get your dick and your pussy all covered in shit.
Wise
And they
words.
vomit.
Shakespeare, eat your heart out.
Exactly.
You need to get out of here. Go home. And he's just like, Lisa. And all of a sudden, the vomit of the century happens.
Yes.
This is the vomit that I should have done in Vegas with the amount of alcohol I consumed.
I think this is some of the only other bit that's from that gets cut down in the R-rated cut. Like, I think he pukes excessively longer in the unrated cut, if I remember correctly.
It's pretty long.
I was going to say, because I think I remember that's what I was saying before was like the sex scene and the puke scene. That's what I was, yeah.
Where is it coming
I just
from?
heard the words, it's pretty long, and I just stopped.
It's long.
That's what she said.
It's not the size, it's the girl.
God, what was it what she said to him? I can't remember what she said to Gary. She said something about him being a loser or something like that.
Go home, loser.
Yeah,
I think
go
it
home,
was.
loser. Yeah. See, I'm not one of those
Excessively
people.
long, like it belongs in a Seth MacFarlane skit.
See, I'm not one of those people who gets grossed out by these things. I think they're funny. I laugh at vomit scenes, so
It's pretty raunchy.
Yeah.
It gets everywhere.
that's what he said.
I just love how he's like lying down in a large fucking pile of vomit.
Oh, he passes out in it. Well, that's pretty much what drunk people do at parties. They pass on their own filth, and well, that's how drunk they are.
That's a
enough
big
liquid in your
puddle of
body.
puke.
I mean, literally, if you're puking that much, there's
You're
something
gonna
wrong
die.
with you.
It's
Yeah,
not
you're
enough
gonna die.
liquid in your body.
Yeah.
But it feels like film actors.
Hollywood.
Puke and rally.
I love the Caesarean. You know, they've got the big Roman style
Yeah.
building. Like they're
Okay, this fag stuff reeks of some WEF shit.
Yeah,
In
it
terms
does.
of-
It does.
Seriously,
This
I'm
is
like,
foreshadowing.
this straight up was for. Once again, I'm not gonna go on a tangent, but when he says words global politics, I thought, wow,
Yeah.
the WEF are actual fags.
But I'm pissed. This is a documentary scene. This is like the least funny scene in the movie outside of Matt Damon.
That's right.
Because Matt Damon makes it funny, but then it makes it like oh shit, this is the future.
My favorite line in the entire film is the Janine Garofalo line. Ethan Hawke with a shirt. That's hilarious.
Sean Penn. Yeah.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Seriously,
Tim
no.
Robbins just looks like an asshole.
This shit is so like this is some they live WEF
Change
propheticism. Yeah, and see, they talk about how it's a
There she is.
responsibility to be like the whole influencer.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I love this line.
That's right.
As actors, it is our responsibility to read the
So
newspapers.
basically, they predicted The View.
and then
Yes.
say what we read on television like it's our own opinions. Oh, I love
So
this.
they just predicted The View. Yeah.
yeah.
They were already doing that. I mean,
Danny
that's
Glover.
why they were roasting him.
Oh,
on
he's
it.
a bit of a lefty.
No, more than a bit.
Well, they've been doing it for a while.
Were they already
I mean,
doing it?
True. Yeah, they had started to do it, but now it's so ubiquitous. I mean, we know.
I mean, was The View already on?
oh, The View?
I don't know.
They
if
weren't
the
doing
view-
it in their
View
films
was-
as much as they were doing it outside of it.
Yeah.
And
But
now
they were-
they're doing it directly.
What Trey and Matt had
The
said
View
was,
like early 2000s, but let me check.
The View is kind of old. It might be.
Matt
what
Damon was
Trey and
probably
Matt
back
had
then.
said was
Hello.
what Trey and Matt had said was
Holy
that,
shit!
you know,
No, it
there's
actually
all
started in
these-
'97. So yeah, if
That's what I meant. Yeah.
well, it depends on when they did this movie. But
wow.
The View
I
started.
did not
in
know they
97.
started that long ago. Damn.
Yeah.
What did you say,
Wow.
Bram? You were
It
saying
came out
something?
04, right? So yeah. it's
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, what Matt and Trey had said
Oh
was,
yeah, shit, yeah.
you know,
This was 2004. Yeah. They're definitely going after the View.
That's what I meant.
Somebody
Yeah,
mute
that's-
comics.
What
Well,
did
no,
you say,
no,
Brian? Did you say something
for some
there?
reason,
All right.
Orgasmo's release date.
Brahma Bull's trying
No,
to
what
say
I was
something.
saying was Matt and Trey had said specifically that, you know, there's all these important things going on in the world, and then you turn on like CNN or whatever news channel, and you see Janine Garofalo specifically just spouting off a whole bunch of crap that they knew her, and they were like, she doesn't know anything about anything. So
Nope. Right.
I mean, it was going on already at that point, not just like shows like The View, but on actual news stations.
Right. Well, this Baldwin line where he says we need somebody that knows worldwide, geopolitical issues, namely us.
Us.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and that's the joke. But the original View with Barbara Wawa.
Wawa.
So comics was right, 97 apparently, according to Wake Down.
It was a much
Well,
different show then. Until and then
that was
when
from
Barbara left.
Wikipedia.
I was gonna say Barbara
Okay.
Walters was an actual journalist, sort of, kind of. but
Right.
Yeah.
Well, she was doing interviews, and then that
Yeah.
led to this View thing. They were getting together with some of her friends.
It was her idea. She was the executive
Robo.
producer on
Hey,
it too.
it's not global. It's global. I saw that.
Robo.
Robo show.
Robo.
Robo.
Grover.
7-Eleven.
I know.
Eric Baldwin.
Eric Irwin.
Eric.
Barwin.
Oh God. And of course, Gary goes on his finding himself journey. And that's where they have the second freedom song with the freedom in the background now. Just like we got two freedom songs. We got two America Fuck Yes. And we got a montage.
I miss you more than Michael.
Pearl Harbor sucks,
Harbor's
and I miss you.
And I miss
Why does Michael Bay keep getting to make
Pearl Harbor
movies?
song.
Yeah.
It's Pearl Harbor.
And I miss you.
And I miss you.
I just love how they're shitting on that movie because that
And
movie was
did
awful.
you like Ben
Oh, this
Affleck
in the
needs
Vespa. This is awesome. I love the Vespa.
All right, man. Sing that to your wives tonight. Every man in the chat, to your wife, your girlfriend. I want you to sing about Pearl Harbor sucking. I need you.
Needed a
Getting a bigger
part.
part.
And that shitty.
And that shitty movie too.
Holy crap. Rippaverse is at 1.2.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
That deserves a Carol Danvers getting punched in the face.
Hell
We
yeah.
need a direct donation for that.
That is actually incredible. How many mainstream comics has he outsold in one day? Probably a lot of them, right? Because they don't
Probably
them?
most of them.
All of them.
I'd say at the least
all of
most
them.
of them. At the
all
least.
of them combined.
has to be.
I'm going
We
to
sold
try
a
to
lot of
be
issues.
fair with the number, but I'm going to at least say at the very least most of them, just to be modest. But yes, probably maybe all of them, probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
here
guys.
it
An
is.
awful
What
lot of
will-
bigots out there.
I want to know though, what will Toxic
And
Man
worse.
Flu do for his country?
Giant socialist.
What will I do for my country?
I'll
eat pineapple on pizza, while the rest of you soulless heathens.
No, but are you going to perform oral sex while eating pineapple?
For Spotswood, yes. Yes, I would.
For spots.
Oh, he just looks so... And he's got the drink and it's all broken. I love that. Johnston.
Wait down. Message me after, and I'll get back to you in the morning. We can definitely talk about that.
He's still got the glass in his hand there.
Yeah,
broken.
Oh yeah, the broken glass. Yeah, which you don't want to drink out of.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's a Beretta 92 for those out there.
Yeah.
It's a great
It's not
record
that
by
hard to drink
Jason
out
and
of
the
a broken
Scorchers.
glass.
Broken whiskey glass. Just point.
Intelligence. I just like how it's called intelligence.
To be
It makes intelligent,
Let me go.
unintelligent decisions.
You're a butt
Fuck
quitter. no mincing of words here.
Spotswood, I would
That's
love to
why
get...
he's my favorite. Yes.
Yeah. I love Spots. I would love to get a cover of Spotswood doing "Shut Your Fucking Face, Uncle Fucker."
Oh yeah, that'd be fucking.
Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker.
Exactly. See, Tom, there you go.
Biting bastard.
I want to
fucker.
Gerry.
Boner biting
Gerry.
bastard, Uncle Fucker.
Fucker.
Here comes the good bit.
Oral sex on me.
Yeah.
So Toxic Manflu is going to perform oral sex on
Right here,
Cottonwood.
right now.
What?
What?
Right?
What?
Yeah.
What part of the hub did we go into? What's going on?
Oh, I am serious.
All right. So I have a story
is
that'll take
my
about
serious
30
face.
seconds. Can we pause this?
Nope.
Because it's related. Okay. So this
Oh,
whole
great.
oral
He did
sex
do
thing,
this.
right? My father
Oh no!
in the garage, and
Whoa.
he's doing something. He
Wait,
turns around and he
hold
goes,
on.
"Son, show me your nuts." I'm like, "What? What here?" He goes, "Yes, show me your nuts." I'm not. What the hell? He goes, "I'll show you. I'm nuts." He goes, "Bah," and walks away. I was dumbfounded for 20
That's
minutes.
from a movie.
Yeah, I know. I hadn't seen it. He did it. I was like, son of a bitch. And every time I see this scene, I think of my dad, and I don't really.
Show me your
It's
nuts.
so sad.
What's really sad is Toxic. You had your trousers halfway
Awkward.
down before he even did
I
the
wasn't wearing any pants.
Man, I don't want to know how you grew up, but I mean, that sounds like a lot of therapy to me.
Well, you know, it was Oklahoma. My family tree's a straight line, so you know how it is.
Don't fork.
Your family tree is a vine.
Yeah, it's just a straight line. That's it. No branches. No branches.
Oh,
I was a fan of Kentucky Fried Movie. I love that one.
oh man, that
I
was
forgot about
That's
that
a
one.
great movie. I love that
Kentucky Fried
film.
Movie's good.
that was some shit.
I like Cannibal Run.
That's-
Oh, guys, we need a montage.
You need a montage here.
Montage.
Montage.
You've got to reach your prime.
Do you see how it reach your private?
I like how he's doing the Spotswood's doing the whole karate scene with the cigarette.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've got to do all this within like a day.
Oh my! There was like a lot of like parody movies, like Kentucky Fried Movie. You had what was it, Amazon Women on the Moon?
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember that?
Yeah, I
I-
remember that.
Yeah.
Did not see that one, but do tell.
Dude, it's been such a long time. I don't even remember if it's actually any good or not. I just remember you had like a bunch of these really kind of goofy parody movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was Loose Shoes was another one, which was similar to Kentucky Fried Movie.
What was the
Airplane
one
was a
where they
great
were-
parody.
Oh god, well, there's another one. I don't know if it was a parody movie.
Well, there was all those kind of goofball films where they were chasing
Meet the
something.
Feebles. That one's really messed up.
When you had stuff like Top Secret and
Oh,
just
Top Secret
Airplane
was so good.
and all those. And
At least he dialed with a smile on his face.
That man's nuts. Grab him.
Called a montage.
Montage.
You gotta have a montage.
even Rocky had a montage.
I always love
World
that.
Peace signed by Alec Baldwin.
World Peace Conference.
Ooh, that's another one. Chris Mead, Kung Pao. I love
Kung Pao.
It's really good.
Oh, Kung Pao, Enter the Fist. Great.
That movie
Beginning to
is
pro. You're gonna need a montage.
so retarded. I love it. It's so retarded. It's funny.
Balls of Fury, which
Yeah.
I
Balls of
know
Fury.
Brahma is in. So
You
was
always
Balls of Fury is
fade out in a
fantastic.
montage.
Montage. No, seriously, like I love Kung Pao. I remember like being mad that they didn't get us a sequel. Yeah, because Kung Pao was supposed to be able to fly in the sequel. Now, why am I flying Kung Pao? And I never got my flying Kung Pao. So
it's like Tom Cruise standing on a box.
Always fade out in a montage. And now, of course, now he's back to being clean shaven. Gary Johnston. Gary Johnston. What a name, Gary Johnston. I'm surprised they didn't go all the way. They just call him Johnson for obvious jokes. You think they would have? Like,
Richard
Well, wasn't Gary
Richard
Johnson
Johnson.
an actual presidential candidate once? Gary Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for real. Like,
Yeah, for
It was a
Libertarians.
Dane, yeah.
Joe's Atmosphere.
Oh no, I'm thinking of a different guy. Sorry. Yes,
Keep
I know
your
who you
eyes
mean.
and ears open. There will be a naked gun soon.
Of course, Hot Shots as well. Those are some of my favorites too.
Oh yeah, Hot Shots
God,
Part
yeah.
2.
I said Hot Shots.
Part 2 is better. Oh, did you? I didn't hear you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Part 2. That's one of the few times that a sequel is actually better than the original.
Part deux.
Part
Yeah.
two.
Part due.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Well,
love
tells our
Part
equipment
2.
Now, King
It was
Kong
before he was on
here.
the Tiger Blood.
Yeah,
Tiger Blood.
God, nuts.
And the making of Hot Shots Part 2 is one of the funniest making
is.
ofs ever. It's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
Oh,
That's pretty
Harrow.
good.
Harrow.
Oh, hello.
Oh.
Dude, this was a hell of a third act because obviously it's like super duper predictable because we all know what he's going to do. But it's just how, once again, in typical Matt and Trey fashion, they have, of course, an action-packed scene, but it's the speech that happens after that Gary reiterates, and the fact that everyone's cheering him on. They're from all these countries. It's something you would expect everyone, once again, like in South Park, they always end up with a big speech at the end of an episode for like a very important, like, I guess you could say social commentary moment, like the deeper message with it all. And yet they always say in like a very like ridiculous fashion, yet everyone just cheers about it like it's in like a sports movie speech. No one understands.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about.
Are you talking about the end of
Okay.
South Park where they go in this week I learned or whatever usually?
Yeah.
Yeah, and this movie kind of has that.
Christmas is that ham.
Yeah.
This movie
And
has
peasants.
that equivalent of an ending. Oh, Star Wars.
Another Star Wars reference, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You will let me.
You guys got to
in.
remember this came out in the middle of the prequels.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did you catch the
Yeah.
Star
Yeah,
Trek
right.
reference in the Film Actors Guild?
No, but I'm not.
When they,
I'm
at
not-
the end
I'm
of
not-
it,
I'm not
when they
Trekkie.
all raise their
Oh yeah,
arms at
they
the end,
do the
they go
Klingon.
kapla.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, isn't that making fun of the scene from what is it, Star Trek 6, I think?
Right, they're all together and they do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Means success in Klingon.
'Cause it's
There's
that
so much
whole
subtlety. I
plot.
mean, sometimes you can watch what Matt and Trey do and think, oh, it's just slapstick humor. There's so much subtlety to this. I mean, it takes a talent to write these songs.
That's
and
an
to come up
actual
with these
person.
lyrics. Yeah, and do all
The
that stuff.
statue.
Oh, the
My
statue?
God.
Yeah.
The statue is the only actual person in the movie. It's a guy painted as the statue.
Yes. apparently, in one scene, you can see him blinking.
Really?
My God, he's such an amazing actor.
Oh, this was
This is great.
I stood up in the theater and
Dude.
clapped. I can't lie.
They killed the shit out of these celebrities, and
Look
it's
at his
great to
eyes. I
watch.
just love the look on his face. I enjoy killing. Oh, this is so good.
Oh, dude. Wow, I didn't know that was actually the only thing of an actual person. And I actually did
I
not
didn't
know
either.
that. So
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's the more you know. And Shell back here with a direct donation, and just for you, Wake Down.
Pop Tarts.
And yes, that will always be the direct donation one, and that will be Mr. Shellback for $5. Says Durka Durka, pineapple pizza, Durka. So I guess he means that he wants to shoot up
Boom.
pineapple pizza. So okay, hey, that's what you want to do. I mean,
He's a pineapple terrorist.
Oh, hey, we can't all be perfect. I mean,
pineapple.
I know. I don't know too many. There's apparently one on this panel, so that's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta do something about can't shield the terrorists. We can't shield the terrorists.
We're gonna do that Brooklyn style pizza in Vegas, buddy.
Oh,
that's happening.
Dude. We're gonna
I'm
terrorize that
sacrificing.
pizza. We're gonna
They
terrorize
don't
that
have pineapple
pizza.
on their pizza there, but I'll sacrifice for that Brooklyn
Oh,
stuff.
you'll be okay.
It's no sacrifice.
Hey guys, he proved that last night by sucking my
cock.
all I have to say, Tom, has you actually tried pineapple on pizza?
Fuck yes. I don't like ham on pizza either.
Okay, at least I tried it.
I want to like ham on pizza because I actually enjoy ham. And
I do too, but I just don't like it on pizza.
I don't either.
I'm fine with it on meat pizza.
No, I like, even though I love ham's great. And it's not like I don't even hate the pineapple. I don't even hate pineapple. I don't. To me, pineapple is kind of there. It's just kind of a very bland thing. Like I'm not in that polarized direction. To me, the real distraction, to me, pineapple pizza is nothing more than a CNN argument. It's saying, hey, look at this fight and then pay attention to it, where the real distraction is anchovies.
Okay, Boosh brings up bacon on pizza. What do you guys think of bacon on pizza?
That's okay. I can handle that.
I like it.
It's Canadian. It's very Canadian.
If it's like a bacon cheeseburger, then yeah.
I always do. Yeah, I like doing a bacon cheeseburger pizza.
He means real bacon 70s,
What is
not
wrong
Canadian
with you
bacon.
soulless assholes?
Stripey bacon 70s.
We grow it in fields up here.
Oh, you grow?
He does.
I tell you, the best thing I ever had was Papa John's pineapple on pizza with pepperoni and dipping it in garlic sauce. Oh,
You know, I can forgive the pineapple, but I think the worst part about it is how you told. You want to know a fun fact about Papa John's? So okay,
Still eating
we're gonna
pizza
go on
right
another. We're gonna go on
Sure,
another.
because I managed one for 5 years.
We're gonna go on another pizza tangent. So I don't know what the Papa John's were like at where Brahma Bull was, but okay.
There goes the head.
There goes. Boom.
And seven, just keep the shots going. They can laugh while I'm talking about
Ethan
this
Hawke.
800th pizza tangent. But I worked at a local pizza joint. And they got a new guy who started named Antonio. And Antonio, like, he made working on pizza look like an art form. He could make a 60 slice pizza in like 40 seconds, have it in the oven.
Eyes popping out.
It was it was great. And Antonio was he was really good at his job right away. He was really good. And they had hired him from Papa John's. And when he was being taught about the amount of toppings that they put on a pizza, he's like, wow, you guys load the pizza. We're just like, what do you mean? That's standard for what we do here. He's like, oh, well, Papa John's are their standard pepperoni versus your guys' standard. He said Papa John's puts on less than half the amount. I was just like, bro, what? So Papa John's scams their customers, basically.
Yeah, all pizza places do.
They use measuring cups for. I mean,
Where-
you use a measuring cup for every topping.
Well, it was the
Pepperoni,
same
you
thing
do a
Pizza Hut.
specific amount around.
No,
It's
this
just
is funny.
food cost crap.
The local
think,
joint I was at, they stacked the toppings. They hooked customers up fat.
Local joints are always better.
Yeah, locals usually do
This is
because
funny,
they don't
I
have
love
a
that.
corporate
His skills are
company.
fading with
Fading
age.
with
This
age. You
is
shall die a
tragic.
peasant's death. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that
that's
one.
basically kind of how they feel about people. So
That's right.
Yeah.
She reveals her true feelings.
Equay, don't you fucking start. It's not a Chicago style pizza. You could say it's
No.
a deep dish, or you can even say it's a pineapple pizza. Fine, I'll concede to that. But it's not Chicago style. It's thin crust pizza.
I love
Can
this
only be
part.
considered Chicago style if it's got
Jesus
Empty
empty shells in it.
Christ.
because horseshoes telling the truth. That's why it's called
That's why they
acting.
call it acting.
Come on, we gotta go find this. Don't you know when the musical Cats came to our town?
Oh yeah, that's right. It was cats.
I
Yeah.
wanted to go
Damon.
meet. They were drunk
See?
and out of control. Oh God, yeah.
Being drilled by Mr. Mistopheles.
This held
pizza
me
that
down and
anchovies.
Trust actors.
Anchovies. I don't do
Anchovies are
anchovies.
brilliant on
Ew,
pizza.
no.
Salty.
70s has no dick.
Oh wow!
I actually do have a dick. I keep it in a jar on my desk.
It's called an anchovy, and it's on your pizza. Yes, yeah, I love the cats. Oh, this is great.
This is so fucking funny.
The
I wonder
real
what
Black
they did. They must have
Panthers.
stuffed those puppets with like cat food for them to start ripping them open.
Catnip. I think they
Yes,
put catnip or
catnip.
something there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah, before we die, I want to finally tell you that I love you. He's just like, oh, Missy, don't you go about that. Oh man, and just she uses her what you call
Empath skills.
Force
skills,
Yes.
the force skills.
Shivas.
Shivas.
Cat
They
food.
killed the shit out of Danny Glover in this scene. Like they
Racist ass cats.
Both of them get fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's black on black crime. That's what that is.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's
So it's
what
a
we call
non-story.
woke woke crime.
yeah. Woke.
Oh,
At least
that's
they kill.
true.
Well,
Because Sean Penn is super woke.
Asian Sean Penn.
Yeah.
Asian Penn.
Asian Penn.
Penn.
More,
Yeah, Asian Penn.
stop Asian hate.
Yes. Shivas, your enemies are behind you. We could just do that on stream.
Fucked up by some black pussy there.
Yeah.
Cats.
The eyes.
Cats.
Wow, we got really toxic tonight. I love it.
Yeah, the artists that put together these faces and did this stuff they really did a great job with the expressions.
Well,
and
they
stuff.
didn't use that many
did.
heads and faces. They were able to just be really expressive with what they got.
I think they used the same body type. The same
Yes.
type of them. Yeah.
Yes,
There were two
that's
bodies, and all the heads were different.
You
There
have
were
a
like
different head.
127 total puppets, I think,
Sheesh.
and they each took a day and a half to make.
Whew.
Wow.
Actors Hole.
Actors ho. Oh god, Samuel Jackson. Oh, the Matrix
Matt
scene. was-
Damon.
Okay, so here's a fun fact about the Samuel Jackson scene. The reason why they have Samuel Jackson do the Matrix move in this scene is because a lot of people mistook in the 90s Samuel Jackson for Lawrence Fishburne for being in the
Lawrence Fishburne.
Matrix.
Oh god,
Right.
that's
That's-
funny.
I'm not joking. That
I remember
happened.
that moment where the guy confuses them. I
Yeah.
think he's talking to Samuel Jackson. He's like Lawrence Fishburne, and Samuel L. Jackson goes off.
Yes. So
I
that's
thought that
why
happened. when
that
I
was
saw
a
it.
nod. That was a nod to all those people like thinking that Samuel Jackson was Morpheus in the Matrix, which they look nothing
alike.
Nothing like each other at all.
Like whether you put them both with head on their hair, the same hairstyle, or even both bald, they both still look dramatically different.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Like seriously, like Samuel Jackson's kind of got more of like a shine to him, and then whereas Lawrence Fishburne, he's got more of like a he looks like he'd be
got
a
a lot
guy
of
from like
pock
Brooklyn.
marks.
He looks like he'd be a guy from Brooklyn. Like he looks like he would come from some mean streets, whereas Samuel Jackson looks like he comes from the rich neighborhoods.
I mean, the only really
Shaft.
good things of that movie Deep Blue Sea was Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, dude,
and the way he
that's-
died with that,
that
shark coming up
movie
and grabbing
was a
him.
real
I
shock.
love
Oh
it.
yeah.
Shark
awesome.
Surprise.
Oh well,
Deep
Samuel L.
Blue Sea.
Jackson was fantastic in Event Horizon too.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, right.
Samuel Jackson's
Not
fantastic in
Samuel
everything.
Jackson.
Lawrence
He
Fishburne.
was Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah.
Way to kill the joke, comics.
Yes, I know.
Deep-
Yeah, I've done. I like that. She says,
intention,
"I've
you
done
know.
action movies."
I was
As if
about
she
to
could-
say how he was good in the Predator movie, but anyway.
Yeah.
wasn't he in Rocky?
Yeah, he was in Rocky.
Well, he was, great in those Lethal Weapon films.
Oh, and yeah, he was in those too.
I enjoyed him as Lando also.
He even played Chris Rock in those.
He was every character in the movie Pootie Tang.
Oh, I love how
I
they
mean,
did this.
I don't know if
Matrix scene.
I don't know if this is just a play on wire fu in general or Big Trouble in Little China specifically.
All of the above.
Well,
As
She
you
does
can
have
Yes,
green eyes.
the answer is yes. The answer is
Why,
yes.
why don't they just cut the strings with the knife, the sword?
Well, this was Kill
cut the
Bill out at
strings.
this time.
No, I don't.
Not
think,
yet. No.
think
Kill
so.
Bill was
No.
a couple of years off yet. Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause that was
there a lot of Kill
2006
Bill
or
in that.
7, I want to say.
You sure? I think Kill Bill came out the first one in 03. Maybe
You might be right, actually. Now you think about it, because the other Star Wars
Because the
movies.
scene I'm
Kill
talking
Bill
about is in the first
2003,
one.
October of 2003.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I was thinking of 2 was like 2004 or 5. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Samuel Jackson get my
Graphic.
Matt
Matt
Damon.
Damon.
Snaps the neck.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Don't fucking.
I better not get flat because that's gonna be retarded. Because like, guys, it's a puppet. It's not a real human being. Like,
Right.
like
Who knows?
I will straight up fight that. Like, that is a puppet. Stop your retarded AI bullshit and look, it's not a human.
Oh, when
So-
that last Mortal Kombat game came out, you couldn't show any of the fatalities on YouTube unless you changed all the blood to green.
What?
Jesus.
They were flagging every single
Oh my
video that
God,
showed a
that's
fatality in
retarded.
Mortal Kombat.
What?
Now, didn't they intentionally leave the strings in to the film
Yeah.
Yeah.
in this one? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
We talked about
totally.
that. Yeah.
Wasn't
That
there
was the whole
a
point, yeah.
Chinese requirement that blood should now be green or something? In
Now, is that Tim
cartoons?
Robbins or is that
Yeah, it's Tim
Matt
Robbins.
Mardigan?
Yeah, it's Tim Robbins.
It's Matt
Oh,
Mardigan.
geez.
No,
Matt
we already
Mardigan?
killed the
Oh,
joke.
Jesus Christ, man.
70s, when you were
soon.
just asking, they made them change the blood to white. in a
That's
lot
what
of
it
things.
is.
So it
Oh,
looks like
so it's
cum
like
is splattered
jizz.
everywhere instead.
Come splattering.
Right.
It's like anymore, they make them change it to black in trailers so they can get a PG-13 or PG rating on the trailer or whatever.
Ascension Dildo in the chat's right. Blade was Samuel L. Jackson's best friend.
That's true. I forgot about Blade.
Oh,
But you got to hand it to Lawrence Fishburne
And he-
when he did Shaft. That was fantastic.
Oh
And
yeah.
he did him good.
You know, it was amazing. He played two
The
different
The original
roles.
Shaft.
He
He
did
was
two
in the
different
original.
He played two different roles in Major League.
He did.
You're right. He did. Yes, I forget about that. You're right. Hey, Cam. He played too many roles in Major League. It's true. I like that. Everyone's now doing this Sam Jackson thing. I like Sam Jackson, the Cosby Show. I like Sam Jackson as Lucius Fox.
Yeah, he was really good as God, too.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was.
Oh.
And the Shawshank Redemption was, speaking of Tim Robbins.
You guys are so racist.
He was great alongside Kevin Costner in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Guys, you got
That was Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh no, that was Sam Jackson.
Wasn't he in Driving Miss Daisy?
So, Vince, what do you think about all this?
No, that was
He's not
Danny
ready to
Glover.
leave.
That was
I'm
Danny
good.
Glover.
I would call you biggest, but the edible has kicked in. So I'm just I'll call you all biggest and racist and
Toxic
but
bacon.
you know what? I can't join the left. They smell too bad, so it's like I'm stuck with
Oh,
you.
You know
nice
we're
one.
clearly joking here, right? Like, Jesus
No, I
Christ.
don't. No, I'm calling the I can't even think.
Call the
It's
Film
out there.
Actors Guild.
The Film Actors Guild.
Yeah, you call
I'm
him.
calling John
Hey,
Boyega. Sick of
Tom, let's let Tom say
No,
this
what's the
speech.
dude?
Let's go back and let
Assholes who
Tom
just
say
want-
it.
Nah,
Hang
that's
on.
all right.
Go back. We're at Tom say this, and I want it's just we just
Oh, God.
because this is
Like,
the speech
the
that
chat's going
changed
nuts.
everything. The chat, the chat.
All right, where were we?
is-
Sorry, I gotta figure out where we were.
We've created some monsters in there. That's
Sam
just,
Jackson's Gin and Juice album was amazing.
Right, we're starting here. I think.
All right.
Is that where
what
you
was
have
that?
We're
He-
reckless, arrogant dicks.
video of Sam Jackson reading the children's book.
Oh, go
the
the
F
fuck
to
to
sleep.
sleep.
Like, go to
Yeah.
fuck this.
That was
I
funny.
love that.
That was.
In the
All
end,
right.
Film Actors Guild are pussies.
All right. Keep going, Tom.
And Kim Jong-il is an asshole. Pussies don't like dicks because pussies get fucked by dicks. But dicks also fuck assholes. Assholes who just want to shit on everything. Pussies may think they can deal with that assholes their way. This is totally woke culture. But the only thing that can fuck an asshole is a dick with some balls. Problem with dicks is sometimes they fuck too much. Or fuck when it isn't appropriate.
Yes, Gerry.
Yes. And it takes a pussy to show them that. But sometimes pussies get so full of shit. They become assholes themselves. And I love how it shows Alec Baldwin in that shot. Because the pussies are only an inch and a half away from assholes. I don't know much in this crazy world. But I do know that if you don't let us fuck this asshole, you're going to have our dicks and our pussies.
And pussies covered in shit.
Oh my god, this film,
inspiring stuff.
That's like seriously. That speech is like that should be up there with like the great speeches.
Yeah,
it should. Both versions of it.
I think though Gerry might have done it slightly better though. I'm gonna be that guy and say like, don't get me wrong, Cottonwood was good, wood and all, but I think Gerry's Johnson, he just he went full Johnson and he won over several leaders with that. I felt the inches from that one. So
well, he's an actor.
Yeah. But the global warming, the corporate America. God.
And that, for my friends, is the second time that Trey and Matt have killed Alec Baldwin.
Yeah,
all the Baldwins are dead.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The German Kaiser guy.
Yes,
I love the Kaiser guy. He's got the hat with the big.
What's it say? All the Baldwin. Stephen, big deal, but the rest of them, yeah.
Oh, my face
Wake
hurts.
down.
I think there was wasn't that a deleted line or something like that? It's like all the Baldwins. Yes, even Steven. Who cares?
Steven. Yeah. Who cares? Yeah.
I don't think Steven's allowed to hang out with them.
Before they really regulated all that crap on the internet, they put a lot of those interviews and things out of them talking about that. You can't find that stuff these days.
Terrorize this. Oh, it falls right on the spike.
Yeah.
So good.
I just love the fact that it's a cockroach.
The Men in Black moment.
Jackson was awesome in The Fifth Element.
Oh, man. No. And he takes off in a little rocket.
Little rocket.
The Wilhelm helmet.
All right, chat. This obviously, I'm sure you've noticed that this is getting to the near end of the flick of Team America World Police. So I would like to see in the chat your scores of the greatness scores and the toxicity scores, and we will highlight them all. And I will blaze through them. And you had me at dicks, fuck assholes, as Lisa said. So sound off with your scores in the chat. All right, come in hot, sweaty, and fast. All you in the audiences should go to your homes now. Your countries need you, but the world will be safe. Yes, all covered in shit. Oh man, what a freaking flick! Oh yeah, this. You make a pact, a bond that cannot be broken. He's a man so dedicated that he will get down on his knees and put that cock right in his mouth. Oh, damn! Man, seriously, just absolutely inspirational stuff. Wait a minute, look. Yeah. That's where we find our little rocket ship friend.
Yeah, nice twist in.
I love how it's a Madagascar cockroach.
What makes that oh man, sorry. What makes that the difference of the Madagascar?
Are they bigger or what?
Yeah, they're bigger and probably
much
uglier.
Tastier. Much tastier.
Yeah, apparently,
good on pizza.
apparently tastier because they Fear Factor that they used to eat a lot of Madagascar cockroaches on it.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Good on
Fuck
pizza.
that eating bug shit. I'm getting so sick of that crap.
they're like 2 inches long.
Yeah, who would have thought that Joe
That's
Rogan would be
big.
the one to popularize eating crickets and
Yeah.
other
Well, I mean, the whole
bugs,
thing
and
was
now
a
he's turned
fear
completely
factor.
around.
Well,
was
I
gonna
mean,
say-
back then when they were doing that, I mean, it was more of a, we're not trying to get
Gross
people to
out.
eat bugs, but it was more of a gross
Or
out
were
thing.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because that was the other thing too. They were eating was like bull testicles.
Well,
It's
people do that in
true.
Colorado all the time. It's a
They are
delicacy
scrotum
here.
eaters. So
Rocky
wrong,
Mountain oysters.
Earthlings.
I
So
think
It's a new
wrong.
segment for yelling
that
apart
was, I thought that
cars.
was sheep testicles, is what that was.
Yes.
No, it's cow testicle bulls.
Yeah, but they would boil them in water, and it was just like gross, dude. That's
Yeah.
fucking
Guys.
nasty.
Brahma's
Fuck
testicle
yeah.
chomp on Thursday Night Throwdown.
Never
like
had
how
them,
they-
never gonna.
I like how they say "fuck yeah" to each other, and then they go out to beat Team America one last time.
The only thing that could have
Yeah,
made
jump up
like
in the
the helicopter, the jet, and everything better is if they all combined into a robot.
Into like a giant robot.
Yeah,
Yeah, it would have been great.
Yeah.
that would have been so fitting in this.
Not till the sequel.
That we'll never get.
Yeah, I know.
No, yeah, this movie, I mean, we say it a lot here on Toxic Tuesday, but this movie is one of the embodiments of what we will never get a sequel of. Like, it wouldn't even be worth it. It's just like it would be. Everyone would fight so hard to water it down against Matt and Trey's wishes, and we've learned even like as much as they'll stick to their guns on something, they won't do changes. Someone else will come in and do it for them. Like that time when South Park had that episode where they're supposed to show up the drawing of Muhammad. And then they had that whole speech blurred out. And then it's literally Matt and Trey put out the next point saying, just so you guys know, we had no intentions of doing that. We were not going to back away. That was all Comedy Central. We were sticking to our guns. That's what happened there. So, and yes, 70s, we will do that. We will definitely get those additional ones as I read off these scores. So go ahead and get those set up while I blaze through these. So Boosh says 10 shit-covered assholes out of 10 for toxicity, and he gave it 10 overall. And then Shellback, 9.9 on both counts. Maybe human, toxic, 11 out of 10. It's radioactive. Joe's Atmosphere, 10 greatness, 11 toxicity. Mecha J, 11 out of 10.
Hey, Mecha
And
J.
then Sentient Dildo, toxicity, and greatness, 69 out of 69. Wake down, I'll give this movie 8 out of 10. Shitty accents. KR Nut, 82. 10 out of 10. Sean Estep, 10 and 10. Us. Masquerade, 10 out of 10 for both. One of the best comedies ever made. Soul Assassin, 10 greatness, 10 toxicity, Matt Damon. And then we have Vince Womack, score 9.4, toxicity 69. Fuck yeah. Greatness 10, toxicity cranked to 11. And well, I blazed through the ones that I got. So yes, we got some bonuses for you guys, and then Jack of all casuals. 69, 69, Jesus Chitty fucking Christ.
69 for 69.
We got some bonus features to show you guys that 70's going to unleash the lead scene.
Just gonna
Toxicity, 10 out of 10.
You
Just
ready for
unleash
them?
some. Yes, go for it. Jacob Ironside, 10.
Oh my god.
Go for it.
That's a big head.
And I like how the hair flows down to catch the rest of it. That is
Yes.
that is
Right.
great.
Block the nipples.
Perfect placement.
Double
The looks,
T's.
all the looks.
Hey, Mark. How's it going?
Hey, Mark.
Mark did these, so congratulations.
Yeah,
Mark.
shout out to Mark D with a C
Nice
for
job,
doing
Mark.
all this. This is amazing.
Those were real open flames too. They could have sent that set up at any time.
Yeah.
Oh, my face
Little
hurts.
mad in the.
Oh, yeah, the nipple.
Mad's facing the wrong way. Though. Mad should be facing the other way.
And look at the cat. The cat.
Oh, the cat.
Like,
Does
does it look like the creature from The Thing when you look at it in a certain way?
Well, it does
Yes,
kind
it
of.
does.
Yeah.
It does.
I pray that's not true. Wait now. I pray, like, I know a lot of you are crazy, but please don't do it.
Yeah, don't do that to Vigilante.
You do better, chat. Do better.
Do better.
That might be the last one. Oh no, there's one more. That is the last one.
Matt's got a perspective shot on the dong. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Maybe human going
Which
in
is
that
funny
man.
because they're
I didn't think Mad's head was that big.
Oh, good one. That's good. That's good.
Oh, seriously, guys! Shout out to Mark D with the C for that, guys.
Thanks,
Seriously,
Mark.
give it up for Mark
Yes,
D with the C.
excellent
That
work.
was
Way to go.
amazing.
Good job.
the best part is he's blurring out stuff that's not there because they're both flat as eunuchs.
Yes.
That's right.
Oh, all right, guys. Seriously, that was a fucking blast of a Toxic Tuesday battle. So, I guess we'll just knock out our scores and just give our final thoughts on the movie. We'll start off with Brahma Bull.
So definitely 10 on toxicity. Fantastic on that level. They hit everybody equal opportunity. This is one of the 3 most prophetic movies that came out during that time. There was Basketball, which basically told us what was going to happen with sports. This showed what's going on with the military and politics. And then of course we had Idiocracy. So it's up there in one of the 3 best comedies that is also prophetic in what we've seen in the years since. So it's got to go up there at, I'd say at 9.7, 9.8, because I think Basketball was better. So I would give it the 10. This is right below it.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
I give your Googling skills an 11. That was awesome.
70s, our producer of tonight's show. Go off on your scores.
Well, as I said, the night I saw this was on a fantastic first night of a fantastic holiday. First whole day at Universal Studios with the family in Florida, and then went to see this, and we just died. I mean, the rest of the night we were reciting lines from it to each other. It was made that much of an impression where you could remember so much of it. Toxicity, it's 9/11 times 2,563, I'd say, which nobody knows what that number is. Nobody knows. But yeah, absolutely toxic to the nth degree. So that's fucking awesome. And I'd give it a 9.9 out of 10. So love this movie. Absolutely love it. Satire and comedy, everything you could want. Just it's all in there.
All right. Killer. Thank you, sir. Vigilante Williamson, give us your toxicity and greatness scores.
I almost missed the mute. I was about to talk and be muted, but I caught it. 2,334,893. That's what 9/11 times 2,563 is. So
Stop
someone
using a
knows.
calculator.
Hey,
They said in the movie. They didn't know.
Hey, he can do math.
don't talk about the man behind the curtain. You know what? I hate to be the downer. It's not that down. I'm giving it a 7 on the quality, 10 on toxicity.
Okay.
Because, and this just comes from the standpoint, I'm very hit or miss with Matt and Trey. They either do stuff I love or dislike. And again, being a little bit more sober than I'd like to be, like, there's a lot of jokes that still hit, and there's a lot of jokes that are just like, they're not like eye rolling, but they just don't hit. They just don't make me laugh. There's other stuff that's great. So 7.5.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you for being honest. I do appreciate that. So thank you, sir. And now Tom.
Well, I mean, toxicity, yeah, this is off the charts. I don't know if there's a number high enough to give this movie. As far as the rating, I'm kind of more in line with Vidge. I mean, it's a great fucking movie. But as far as Matt and Trey's like overall catalog, it's probably a 8 out of 10, 7 maybe. It's the worst, but I go more 8 out of 10.
Okay.
It's pretty funny, and it gets better with age.
Yes.
It's one of those kind of movies. So yeah, I mean, the South Park movie's a little better. Basketball's just as good, probably. So, you know, Orgasmo's almost as good.
No, you're a man.
So yeah, as far as the rating, yeah, about that. So yeah.
Okay.
And he gets 3 Randy Handies because I said so.
All right, because he says so. All right. Red shirt.
Oh, wow. This movie pegs the toxicity meter at 10 so hard it's bending the pin. So who knows what it would measure if we got a better meter. On greatness, I'm a little bit with Vigilante. Not everything hit for me in this movie, but the stuff that did absolutely had me grabbing my stomach and laughing. So it's at least a 9 out of 10. If your sense of humor is a little different than mine, you would probably just not stop laughing throughout this film. It is, and there's a lot going on. I will watch this again because just from listening to everybody else in this conversation and seeing the clips, I got all these things to start looking for and pay attention to that I just didn't get on my first watch through. So that's a mark of a really good movie and a really good comedy when it works on multiple levels. So there's a lot going on, and it is not a movie that I could improve on, but I just the humor didn't all land for me. So, but what did was hysterical. So there's my scores.
All right, killer. Dick's Lord, Daddy Division.
Okay, as for toxicity, I give it a 9/11 times 1,000. As far as greatness, I give it an 8. I think it is a very competent comedy. It's funny, but it's not the best comedy out there. But still, it's still an enjoyable movie.
Okay, cool. To the point.
I'm also a harsher critic, so
no. Hey, I just like how you're so to the point. It's great.
You should see our production meetings. It's like, oh my god,
it's a
so
massacre.
harsh.
It's a fucking bloodbath for Tox.
Oh my god, I thought my
All
mother
right.
was mean.
Oh. Anyways, Toxic Man Flu. Go ahead.
So I'm a little bit different when it comes to ratings than most everybody else in the fellowship, the people on this panel. I have a couple of sets of ratings that I do. There are movies that I could put on at any time and enjoy. So Out Cold's one of those, Basketball, Team America, the bigger, longer, uncut movie. I can just put those on at any time. I know I'm going to have a good time. I can go and do something else and come back and still know where I am. Those movies leave an impression. So for me personally, this is one of the best films that I've ever seen. So from that aspect, but it doesn't really tell the test of time. So like Spinal Tap's one of my favorite films, but I went back and saw it 15 years later and the jokes didn't land. And that's the same thing with this. So being a critic, I would give this a 9 out of 10 for the film itself, because you just can't go there anymore, and these guys did. Toxicity level, there is no scale that you can put to this. You cannot make this level of toxic type film in live action. It's not going to happen. So I put this up there as one of the films that you should not remake, like Tango and Cash should not be remade. This movie shouldn't be remade. You could probably do another South Park cartoon film, but you're not going to make another Out Cold. You're not going to make, in any of these iconic films, you're not going to do that. And this is one of them. It's a piece in time. When it came out in 2004, what I was doing in the New York area at that time, this was a very controversial film that pissed off everyone on all sides of the aisle.
Oh, yeah,
and that's the brilliance of the film. The brilliance of the film is if you take yourself back to what was going on in 2004, the Patriot Act was about to screw us on our freedoms, and we were just firing blind in areas. Mad knows about all this stuff, right? This film from that era, if I go to 2004, it was a 10 out of 10 when I saw it. Now, looking back, 8 out of 10 because, who remembers Peter Jennings, right?
I remember Peter Jennings.
I remember Peter Jennings.
Yeah,
But,
I was
but
going to
not
add.
people here. Go ahead.
I was going to add. You said that you couldn't do this movie now. As you kind of mentioned, you really couldn't do it then, because this was a
Right.
controversial movie.
Extremely. And one of the points,
yeah, but for
Paramount had
reasons,
just gotten
though.
through. Well, Paramount had just gotten through with Manchurian Candidate, The Stepford Wives, this awful film, the worst film I've ever seen, Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
It's a horrible film. They had just gotten through doing those and getting hammered. And Trey and Matt were at the top of their game, and they came in and said, "We're going to do this," and they're like, "We can make it cheaply." And they were too deep into this film to pull them back. So there's no way that this film gets made. Vigilante, it's a great point.
Not only
no way
that,
that
Matt
gets made
and-
today.
Matt and Trey were smart to use their power in ways to get shit like this done that other artists probably wouldn't, and would be afraid to like fuck over their future, to where they were just like, fuck it, we're gonna do this. And you know, they didn't expect South Park to last this long and shit like that. So,
but
There's
they had
very
already
few
also
people-
established. Go ahead.
So
Sorry.
there's very few people that I would want to meet in real life and have a conversation with that would be considered stars. And Matt Stone and Trey Parker are pretty much it.
Yeah.
I would like to sit with them, have a meal, have a few drinks, talk to them just normal about any kind of stuff. Right. The other person would, of course, be Comics Division, but. You know.
All right.
The fuck you talking about?
That's right.
They had already kind of established themselves with South Park as lampooning everybody, so they already had some protection on that. It wasn't like this was their first going out and just crushing everybody. Everybody
There's a
knew what
reason
to
why they
expect,
could get all
so
this stuff done.
That's why they could get away with some of it.
and like I said while we were going through the movie, it's like they didn't care about who they pissed off, because they hated the idea of celebrity to begin with. So they were like, if you didn't have enough sense of humor to get over yourself as an actor, and you were going to get pissy with them, they're like, good, fuck off, right? Because they didn't need that shit, and they didn't care, because other people would be worried about pissing off the other celebrities, and I think that's part of the problem why they had to put that stupid thing at the end with all the people and like did not condone or have anything to do with their being in this film or whatever. At the end of the
Portrayals
movie.
and likenesses.
Yeah, because I think Paramount made them do that on purpose, but like
They're
they
the
just didn't
original
give
Zack
a fuck.
Snyder's.
Well, yeah, they don't care.
They are really based as fuck, and we talk about this and all that stuff. Those two guys are, and they have fuck you money.
Yep.
Right.
Oh,
they have the
yeah.
ability to set, and this is with Comedy Central screwing them out of all the merchandise sales from South Park. That's why they had to go off and do basketball, because they needed to get some cash. They had nothing. They
Now
got
they own
none of
Casa
the match,
Bonita.
none of that stuff. Right. And then
Wait,
it
do
was
they
a
actually
second
own it, or are
contract.
you just joking?
No,
No, they
Comedy
bought it
earlier
Central.
this year.
They bought it. Go ahead, Tom.
Well, that's hilarious.
No, they bought. I was just gonna say they bought Casa Bonita. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Fun fact: I grew up and went to the other Casa Bonita many times
right.
in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So, Team Randy World Handy says that had 10 in toxicity, 10 on 10 awesomeness. We're talking about the Mad Dick sex scenes, right? Yes, we were. Well, you are now. So, anyways, I guess I'll give my final, and then Keely Chow 10-10. So there you go. There you go, Keely Chow. For me, I'm going to give this one an 8.7 in the greatness score, because for me, a lot of the jokes still land to this day. And even though I've watched this twice in the last week, I left my ass off watching this again, my second viewing in the last week, and it still hits for me. I would say all the jokes land, but I'd say about 9 out of 10 of them land. And the few that don't, just kind of like you forget about quickly because of all the shit that does land. And this movie is just so historical. I mean, you got a bunch of puppets and this whole like American thing going on, the whole world police, and the fact that you have all these references, no was off limits, everything, and you know, all the nods to all the things. This movie packed so much in an hour and 38 minutes, and they pulled it off. And I felt like, and they didn't overstay their welcome as well. So I felt like that was another great thing. And you had fun characters that were all memorable. And of course, you had ridiculous impersonations of celebrities. And on top of it all, it was super prophetic. And because of the ridiculous mayhevicness, is God, it is like 11,100 toxicity score. So that's Team America, World Police, ladies and gentlemen.
America.
Well, the funny thing too,
Yeah,
Nick,
go ahead.
you start talking about the whole thing with like jokes landing. I mean, it could be worse. It could be like, Thor: Love and Thunder, where none of the jokes landed.
None.
Yeah.
Glad I still have not.
The
given
story
my
was
life to that.
sacrificed for jokes.
What a
Yeah,
shock.
Actual
and
quote
the
from Taika
jokes
Waititi.
did not fucking land either. Nobody in my theater was laughing. Nobody.
Good. I mean, hopefully this movie has a big dip, and they'll see that this will hit. Hopefully, because right now it opened up to bigger numbers. Ragnarok. I'm hoping long term, because Ragnarok did have some legs, so I'm hoping this doesn't have the legs Ragnarok has. So
Well, it already
shall
opened
see.
lower than Doctor Strange, so it's
But
not.
that was to
looking
be
good.
expected, though. Well, let's be
No,
fair.
actually, they were expecting it to open bigger than Doctor
Really?
Strange.
Really?
Yeah.
So my
Yeah,
This
because
would be
it's
a
Thor.
billion.
It's an OG Avenger.
But I don't think they understood how much popular Doctor Strange became after he was in Infinity War. Like
Well,
his name.
it was more so
exploded.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
The
Spider-Man.
drop off is fucking fierce, dude.
Yeah.
From like the 8th to the 9th is a 39%, and then from the 9th to 10th, 23%, and then the
Gee
10th to
whiz.
the 11th, 63%.
What they're hiding in the numbers right now, or able to hide, is that because they'll combine Thursday with Friday.
All right.
What
Yes.
we noticed earlier
Jack
on Mead, and
Casuals.
I don't know if you caught this part because if you were there yet, Nick, when
Yeah.
we were saying, or no, we went through this on Comics Channel. I'm sorry, when I was on Comics Show earlier, we were looking at the numbers, and they always mix Thursday into Fridays.
Yes,
well,
they do.
most of the time, movies will still, even if what they look like they go down, but if you take out that Thursday night,
Yes.
there's usually an uptick from Thursday to Friday, and then from Friday to Saturday. And then
Yes,
usually
you're right.
Sunday will go down a little bit, if not way down.
Yes.
In this case, there was a drop off already from Friday, and then another drop. Or wait, it made a little bit more on Friday, but then it dropped down from Friday to Saturday because it made 29 million its first night on Thursday, and they added that to the total, which was 69 million. So you take that 29 million away from the 69,
Well,
and
that
that's what they actually
39%
made
drop
on
is
Friday.
huge for Friday to Saturday. I mean, that usually goes up on a
So it's
Saturday.
actually worse, is what I'm
Never
saying.
take
Comics.
away from the
Yes.
69.
Because that's my point, is you have to take away from the 69. Unfortunately, that's the only time I'll ever say that.
Yeah, don't ever say that again, Tom. You're making me scared.
The second week drop on this movie ought to be epic.
It's going to be
Yeah.
huge.
It's
It's not going to look as huge percentage-wise because that's the thing. It didn't open as big as Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange opened that big because of the momentum of Spider-Man No Way Home. And they everybody thought there was going to be 100 million fucking cameos that weren't there.
Right.
for the best. For the best. Anyways, I got a super chat and direct donation. Super chat from Toxic Man Flu for $10 as pineapple and pizza with Save Your Soul. Well, I guess. Thank you for
I meant
the 10 bucks.
to say will and I can't spell. So there you go.
Well, okay, I'm good because it will not do that.
Fuck pineapple on pizza.
And then the Jack
It
of
is
all
literally the
casuals
fruit of the gods.
for $5 says pineapple belongs on pizza. If you don't believe that, I'll put a jihad on you. Well, I guess you might as well do yours. On that note, Durka Muhammad Jihad.
Durka.
Thank you for $5, Jack of all casuals.
Jesus,
I do
titty
appreciate
fucking
it.
Christ.
All right, guys, we're gonna plug in the channels. This is it, guys. We're gonna do our final hurrah, and we'll start off with 70s.
Ugh. I'm not prepared. Come back later. No,
I'm just gone blind.
Yeah. Well, that was a great show. Brilliant show, mate. Fantastic.
sir. You did great.
Thanks to everybody who came. Do not come next time. No.
I'm gonna come.
I'm
come,
actually having a great time over on my channel. Up to 474 subscribers, trying to get to 500. We had a fantastic live stream yesterday where we did 3 hours plus on the movie Outland. Sean Connery's.
Lots
sci-fi.
of Sean Connery talk.
Yes, it was absolutely fantastic. So yeah, go back and check that out on the replay if you haven't seen it. I've got a couple videos I'm working on right now, so those should be up during the rest of the week. And I will be certainly on MFR Cocktail Lounge on Fall Ball Productions on Friday. And if Tom will continue to have me, I'll probably be on Midnight's Edge After Dark on Thursday. So see you all then.
That depends. I want you to get on your knees for me.
I am dedicated, Tom. I am very
I
dedicated
want
as
you
an
to
actor.
show me how dedicated you are.
All right, 70s.
I'd have to find it first, Tom, though. This is the problem.
There's a there's a whatchamacallit, microscope
got a
laying
map?
over there.
Have you got a map?
Tweezers right there.
Oh my god.
He keeps a string attached to it.
Just put your mouth below my belly and start sucking like a straw.
That's a lot of belly, though. I mean, that's the problem.
Oh my god.
Just pinch me
Slightly
if you need a
uncomfortable,
breath.
I know, man. Yeah.
Can we move on? Let's just move on.
Oh, as always, Nick, thank you for the invitation. This has been an absolute blast. This was a fantastic movie to watch for the first time, and I really enjoyed talking about it and listening to everybody else's comments. It's been fun. What I've got coming up is, as usual, I will be on the MFR Cocktail Lounge on Foulball Productions this Friday, sometime after 8 p.m. when Friday Night Tights is done. And after that, who knows?
Killer. Thank you, Red Shed. Appreciate it. Brahma Bull. And guys, also for those who are watching the chat, Eric K, thank you, Eric. He is posting links for Red Shirt on Twitter, 70s Rock Fans channel. Now, just keep up with the great Eric K, and while Brahma Bull does that, he will plug in his plugs.
Yeah, you can catch me Thursday night on Comics' stream, Thursday Night Throwdown. My razors from Jeremy's Razors are supposed to be here tomorrow. So me
Good.
and Nick Weiser and Culture will be doing a shaving stream. I don't know what Nick's planning on doing. Culture is planning on going down to a goatee, and I will be doing
You said culture's going down.
everything. Everything.
I thought you were going to, yeah. I thought there was a pubic hair shaving thing you were
We're
doing.
at to do an OnlyFans special for the extended cut.
I'm gonna put Mad Mardigan's face over my dick while I shave it, right?
He is not
you
impressed.
mean his real face, not some kind of photograph?
Can you get a one
if
by
I
one
can,
pixel
if I can
image?
get him to leave Texas and Comics Division's ranch, and
He's like, that's the closest
come
I've
up,
been to
sure.
another man's penis since I picked one up off the ground.
All right.
Untouchable penis.
All right, Brahma.
Have a good night,
Darius is-
everybody.
yeah.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers
It
and
was
beer,
fun.
sir.
Where everybody knows your name. Hi.
Hi.
Why is my face big?
Because you got plugs to plug. Oh,
You know how to find me. I'm always standing on the corner selling my body for drugs.
do not come.
I will come.
Okay,
This
fine.
must be why you've never got any drugs then.
I usually need to be choked a little bit first, though.
Spit in my mouth.
Choke me.
Choke me.
Yeah. You know where to find me. Midnight's Edge After Dark. Need Radio 2. You name it. Indeed.
All right.
Thank you for having me, Nick.
My pleasure, Tom. Thank you, as always. I thank you for all the time you do, considering you are literally holding the fort down with Midnight's Edge currently. So I appreciate it. Vigilante
Oh, crap.
Williamson.
Hey, it feels good to be back here. And you stream with a lot of you guys. I haven't really streamed
Thank
with
you. We missed you, man.
Yeah. And I, like I said, I took like a month or so break from YouTube. I'm back now. Now that you guys mentioned the MFer and Matt from Fireball Productions, I have a show with Matt from Fireball Productions. I was about to say came back, but I'm given the context of this conversation, it doesn't sound right. We just did a season premiere of the Culture
Oh,
Crime
you
Fighter.
should have come.
I didn't want to come to that. And it's been uploaded every Monday at 8. We're going to shoot. Oh, damn it.
Weren't you in
every
Blade,
Monday at
Vic?
8,
Weren't
we're
you in
gonna upload
Blade?
it. So we have that, and I'll be streaming the next couple days. And I'm shooting to stream every Thursday.
He said shoot.
And just shoot the sub to sub. Please sub. I've been at 700 something subs for like a year. So if you
Now that you're back, are we going to get an update on your buddy and his dating life?
Oh man, I'm surprised you remember that. We've already gotten.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh man, this guy Hunter. I don't want to shame him. He's making a game. The game seems cool, but his dating life is not the best. Yeah, that girl who was named Princess. has already broken up with him.
Oh Lord.
So yeah,
Shocking.
he's a
Well,
was
yeah,
one of the
the name
best-
like Princess. I mean, come
he's
on.
a
That was one
nice
of the best
guy.
live streams I've ever been in the chat for.
It was
We just
hilarious.
destroyed
I
that
gotta
guy,
find that. I have
unfortunately.
to. You have to see it. Sub to my channel
Yeah.
and watch all my content so you can find it.
Find
is
that video of Hunter
crazy.
because it was the best. It was the best live stream I've been a part of
Maybe I
just in
should
the
clip it
chat
out.
ever. It was great.
But yeah, you
All
gotta
right.
really be there because you gotta read the chat. He's a bit of a simp. He's a sweet good guy, but he's a little bit of a
But
simp.
he's a simp.
And the chat just buried him. We have
Yeah.
to do a follow-up episode. I've said that. So
Yes,
yeah,
please.
check out my channel. I have a bunch of content. Like I said, me and Matt are doing things again. We upload the episode Monday. Please check out my channel. Please watch the videos. Please sub. And sub to all these great guys. Everyone in this channel is great. Everyone's doing good stuff. So yeah. So
All right,
for
thank you,
having me.
Vidge. I look forward to having you on again someday. Take care,
Yeah.
my friend. I appreciate it. Man flu. One last flu.
So thank you for having me on. This is one of my favorite films, and I appreciate being able to talk about it with some people who have a lot of knowledge and enjoy it too. We don't get to do enough of that. And Nick, I enjoy watching these shows. The wife and I both.
Thank you.
Because this is that positive thing we've been talking about. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it again. The stuff we've been doing on Thursdays and bringing on people. I know we talked about 9/11 times 1,000, all that stuff, but $1,231,897.23. That's what's on for ISOM campaign number 1 right now with the Rippaverse. This is what we can do as people.
Woo!
I
have bought a copy already. So you guys buy me a copy.
Yeah,
I
that's
did
my
the first day. Want an
Yeah.
autograph copy just in case.
Yeah,
and that's a humble man who, for all the bravado that Rippa has, you can see when he's on these live streams that he's very humbled by this. And we're hungry for this kind of content. We're hungry for these kind of movies and being able to laugh like this again. So, Nick, I appreciate you putting this out every Tuesday, and it's something that we watch at home. At home with the Flues, a foreshadowing of potential shows to come. But I am not on the Friday MFer Cocktail Lounge.
Why not?
Well, apparently Matt's going to replace 70s and Red Shirt and you and some other with me in comics, and we're just going to do something there. But that's all behind the scenes.
Thank God for that. I'm off the hook.
Oh, wait, did I say that? I wasn't supposed to say that, was I?
I have no idea.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm sorry.
This
Yeah.
is the
Cocktail
first I've heard
Lounge.
from my producer. So
Yes.
The Cocktail Lounge went 8 hours last week.
8 hours.
so long.
I know.
Yeah, we were
Gosh.
still going at 3 a.m., I think. It was
God,
insane.
that's a great show. Well, I'm glad that Vigilante and Matt are back.
Well,
With
Matt's been here to hold the fort
but
down.
I'm glad you're back.
Matt never stopped coming.
He never did.
stopped coming.
Vigilante had to take a break. So sometimes
Alright.
you have to recharge.
Coming long and hard, can't deal with that.
All right.
Yeah, at Great
Tox,
TMF on Twitter.
Tox, thank you. Seriously, sir. I would love to have you on again sooner than later.
I think we need to pick a film that Mrs. Flu would like to come on. I think that.
Oh, I'd love to have her
that
on.
yes.
Highlander 2?
There's no such
Jesus
movie.
Christ, I might
does
stab
not
you in the
exist.
eye.
Rama, you're fired.
Hot Shots Part 2. I could do that. Yeah.
All right, comics.
Who's this asshole on screen?
It's you.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I guess that joke didn't land. Anyway, hi everybody. How's it going?
Hi.
Oh, worth this.
Hi, Comics. How are you? You know you have a show on Monday. And
This is an outro, not an intro.
That's right.
You got any plugs to plug?
I'm pulling a Tom right now. That's what I'm doing.
Pardon? I beg
He
your
doesn't know
pardon.
what to say with that. I look Gabby was giving him a script.
In quote, repeat the line. I'm pulling a
Pulling
Tom right
a
now.
Tom or the Tom?
I said I'm pulling it, Tom. I'm not pulling Tom.
Pulling Tom.
All right. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I didn't realize it was a tug job.
Anyway, hey everybody, how's it going? I'm pretty sure you people in the chat know who I am.
Seen C70s, he knows how to get on my channel.
He does.
That's right.
This is why I don't get on Comics' channel, because I'm just not dedicated
Well,
enough.
you're my nemesis. That's why.
That's
That's why I
don't know
leave
why.
whenever you show up. You're my nemesis.
That's right. Every time I show up, he disappears. That's because we're the same person.
Anyway, yeah, we'll definitely have to have you back on again.
Thanks, mate.
Thursday. Thursday we should have Quarter Black Aaron on Thursday Night Throwdown.
Nice.
Yeah, it should be fun. And then on Monday,
Member stream Sunday.
Oh yeah,
Member
oh yeah.
stream
Shit. Thanks for money. Member stream on Sunday.
9 p.m.
Yes, 9
Central. That's where all the members can come.
Indeed.
In a stream.
Yeah.
We get stroked first.
On comics.
Oh my God, you are
the Bukkake stream. Yes.
Yay.
Anyways, yelling at parked cars.
Yeah. Anyway, yelling at parked cars, obviously on Mondays, and Friday Night Tights on Fridays, and I have a video currently working on.
It's about the Eternal sequel.
No, it's not.
Oh, it should have been about that.
It's the Marvels.
No, it's shit. I don't even remember what it's about now.
It's how to store lotion for prepping so that you have it for your wank time. Right?
No, it's
You're not supposed to.
it's actually about the Dutch farmers, guys. So
you're gonna wank the Dutch farmers?
You know, Fox, once you milk a bull, it's your best friend forever.
Oh, that was a hell of a
That's
name.
what I've been told.
Thank you, comics.
Thank you, Nick. It was a pleasure.
You asked for
Look
this,
forward
Nick.
to having you back on.
You
I
invited
did.
us.
Trust
Yeah.
me. You're gonna come again soon on here, and we're gonna watch. All right. Anyways, to the chat, Sissy, thank you guys for hanging out. This has been a very fun night. A lot of laughs were had, and thank you to the mods, Eric K, Mark U the C. He showed up briefly as well, and to all the super chats and direct donations. You guys were fucking crazy tonight. Like, that was nuts. So thank you very much for that. To the few new faces I saw come around here too, thank you for coming to Toxic Tuesday, and please do come back. So anyways, I did a video earlier today on the 7 things I like to see from the Rippaverse. Check that out if you somehow have not. I got the comic shop talk this Friday night, and tomorrow night I'll be hanging out with Dash Attack as well, and I will have a few other hidden surprises as well. Of course, you can find me on Midnight's Edge After Dark, and of course on Yelling at Podcasts with Comics Division and the Dix Boys. So next week, episode 50 of Toxic Tuesday. Episode 50. We are going to do Beavis and Butthead Do America. And I just want a bunch of huge in the chat for Beavis and Butthead. So that's the flick next week. Beavis and Butthead Do America. We'll see you guys all next week. I do appreciate it. Seriously. It's going to be fantastic. And let's go mega huge for episode 50. So once again, guys, thank you for hanging out. We'll see. Yes, there's all the huges. Yes, it's going to be a blast next week. So it's going to be huge. So thank you, guys. This is goodbye. This is Good Fight. And lastly, and not leastly, hold up. I think I got from Eric K for $2. Says Comics is pulling Tom. Hey, now. Thank you for the $2, Eric K. And, this is my
doing
Gilded.
it with my psychic powers over the internet.
That's my Gilded link. Come join me on Gilded. Everything is huge in there. So come hang out on Gilded, guys. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Goodbye. Good fight.